Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tavern with your host Dale, usual guest Sam. Here we got Kaif, and today we've brought on Simon. So let's get to it then. When did you?
Straight in with the questions. Holy shit! How you doing, son? You all right?
Not bad. Not bad. I'm not bad at all.
That's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, just jumping in. When did you kind of get involved with the group? Let's just start with your origin of your friendship with all of us.
So, origin story. So it was me, Harley, and Dale. We all went to the same primary school. We pretty much, me and Harley were in it for the throughout the whole time, and then Dale joined a little bit later, and we were pretty much in the same.
We were in the
circles,
same, we were in the same class as well throughout, right?
Yeah, for the whole thing.
Interestingly about that, so Harley was in my primary school.
Yeah.
He was my only friend. And he left and he went to Simon's.
So we kind of jumped from different primary schools. I went to a Welsh one originally, and then a lot of I stayed there with my siblings were in the same school. They left a lot earlier than I did, and then my mum decided to put me into the same school that all my siblings were in eventually. So that's when I got to know, I don't remember Simon being in primary school with me much until he brought it up. And then I was like, oh, yeah, you were. It was very...
Back in the day when we were drawing our own Digimon and stuff.
Yeah. And the other one, Medabots as well.
Yeah,
That was class.
Yeah.
And we used to bring Beyblades in.
So you used to draw your own Digimon?
Yeah. Literally, it'd be
what the fuck?
It'll be a rainy day, so it'd be lunchtime, we're stuck in the class and whatnot, and me, Harley, and Dale would frequently just randomly draw out
we love
Digimon and Medabots were the thing.
Yeah.
And we'd have sport, when you bring your games into school day and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be the three of us bringing in our Game Boys with Pokemon and stuff. Trading and battling each other.
But
sports days.
It was. I do remember a lot of stuff now actually. So do you remember the Crazy Bones phase?
Yeah.
But you'd have to get do you remember
teacher
the washing
It
detergent?
was two big
Yeah.
reactions.
The little
different there. Fucking hell. And
So there was a certain washing tablet thing that would come with a little bag. And everyone wanted that bag for their Crazy Bones because it was just perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The fit was amazing. So everyone had this Crazy Bones thing, and then
what is the Crazy Bones?
so
They're
Crazy Bones,
they're
they're mini figure things, right? But
Right.
the game you'd play is you'd have to flick your Crazy Bone and knock the others over, but you'd play keepsies for it.
Oh.
So there was one called Teacher, which was a stick figure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was the one that was I'm always going to win with this one, because you always put that one up because it's harder to hit, and then you'd get I used to have a kind of a weightlifter, so it was really chunky. Things holding a barbell, so it was that one's quite easy because you got a lot of surface area.
Fingers, right?
But that's the thing. It's should I use a light one which I can fly across a room, or should I use one that's heavier that's going to hurt my hand, but I've got a good chance of
the wild
winning
thing
some.
about Crazy Bones, when you'd buy them and then you'd play the game and you could potentially lose.
Lose
Crazy
100%.
Yeah,
That
you
was
spend so
the
much money.
rules.
But
And then
that's
then
how
you'd
it's
have
such a good marketing thing. People were always wanted to buy more because they'd always lose some every fucking school day.
And you'd always get the one person who you're playing against for keepies, and they'd go first, and they'd win, and they go, oh, I'm not feeling well, I'm going to go to the nurse. You're like, no, sit back down.
You ain't going anywhere.
I'm having at least one go to try and win my thing back.
Yeah.
Wait, they would win it immediately.
Yeah, so
when they win, usually you keep going and go a couple of rounds, try and win something back. But you'd get a lot of people who were really dirty and be like, yeah, I just lost. I just won their Crazy Bone. I don't want to lose any of mine. I got to go to the the nurse's office or something
Absolutely.
Literally, boosh. Oh, I've won that. All right, bye.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, go on.
The one I remember using regularly was it was only a short one. It was short round thing. It was called Orbit or something. And it would literally look like Saturn, and it had the ring going around there, essentially.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It was tiny. A lot of people used it because it was small. But it was also really nice to flick as well because of the size on it.
Oh, I miss Crazy Bones. That's
cool,
a blast from past, that is.
And then I remember obviously you were into your Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well. You just had all the same. I was really close to Harley. He was my first friend in that school, and then you had all the same hobbies as me and Harley anyway. So we got on really well.
Yeah, so that was good times.
Yeah, it was good. Times. It was good. Beyblades got banned though, didn't they?
Yeah,
similar thing.
Banned in every
Mate, those
school.
things fucking exploded though, didn't they?
Yeah.
But we there was a shop near us that sold like fake Beyblades, and they'd come with like
Metal
the-
discs.
Yeah.
the
And
heftiest weight race.
the pull cord was like
Yeah,
twice
yeah,
as
yeah.
long as what it normally is as well. So
Yeah.
you would literally be like arm back behind
Yeah.
your head, and it's like, and it was just
But
like,
you could also like super glue your own like ripcord as well
Yeah.
to like have like a stupidly long one.
Yeah, me and my friend had a Beyblade stadium.
Yeah.
So with the Beyblade stadium, because it was curved, like if they hit particularly hard, it's
Just
like
go
it's
through
going
it.
at your face.
Yeah. So a really like mean story. There was this kid, and he was super tall, right?
Yeah.
And this is horrible. I don't know how he got bullied over being tall. Like usually that's good, right? But there was like an issue where
tall boy.
I don't know. He used to get like bullied over being tall all the time. And the first time I'd ever witnessed this was like we went down there and played like Beyblades with him. You know, we knew him through another friend, and we took these like dodgy Beyblades, you know, like with the metal and we smashed his Beyblades up. And then like this guy that I knew that knew him, when he started crying because his Beyblade got smashed up, then started ripping into this crying guy about him being tall. And I just remember being in this position being like, this is fucking horrible. Like, we just broke his Beyblade and now you're bullying him. I'm like,
How did we even get into this scenario?
and like this guy is like twice our size. He could beat the crap out of us. Like, but I was just like,
God.
this poor guy. Like, he's a really nice guy though, and he, you know,
Well, I'm sure he is after that.
yeah. But like he we started hanging around with him more because it was a similar case. Like he was into his like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and we were big into our Yu-Gi-Oh cards at the time. Like me, Harley, and Stephen used to save our school money.
Yeah,
And
100%.
like
go
Didn't
buy
really-
every
yeah.
Friday we'd go walk down to like, you know, like a good 45-minute walk to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And I didn't get like dinner money at the time, so like I was, you know, quite a poor family. My mum couldn't really afford it, so I used to get like the dinner ticket. You guys remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
trading him for a cookie.
I used to
Oh yeah, boy.
I used to sell my dinner ticket for like 50p less
Yeah.
than what you'd get, and people would buy them all the
Yeah.
time. Like, so like I get an extra 50p for food, like, so it was worth like £3, and I'd be like, oh, I'll sell it to you for like 250. And like, yeah, fine. And then by the end of the week, I could buy like 5 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was like, fuck
Nice.
yeah.
Like,
Who needs to eat in
I
school?
I'm rich.
My mum
forgot
actually
about
sat
that.
me down once because I'd always save up my money from like the dinner money and like buy stuff. I went home one day with a pair of rollerblades, and she literally, yeah, like I saved up like 80 quid first. These really, because we at one point we were really into
Yeah.
going down the skate park with one of the circle of friends I was with, and my mum actually sat me down and asked me if I was dealing drugs. She was just like, what are you doing to get this money? You doing anything illegal? I'm like, no, I won in a competition. She's like, I know you didn't win it in a competition.
Right. When I was in school, I saved my pocket money for lunch. So instead of having lunch, I'd have like a chocolate bar.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
saved for weeks so I could buy Shrek the game.
That's exactly what it is, though, isn't it?
Shrek the game was really fucking good.
I don't think I ever played Shrek the game. Like,
It was good.
I think there was a load of different ones. I remember owning one of those games, but I think there were loads of different Shrek games, so I have no
There
idea if it was.
there was a
similar.
Shrek wrestling game, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember playing Shrek
I
wrestling.
remember that.
Yeah.
It just
yeah,
reminded
yeah.
me of the rip-off League game that has Shrek characters in it.
What?
Wait,
Do you not know that?
No.
There was a game that was a rip-off of League and had everything from like Donkey, Shrek to like Disney princes and stuff like that.
That's
It
beautiful.
was just
I
mental.
feel like that's what we've got to play next.
Yeah, if you want your channel shut down.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's League rip-off, DreamWorks rip-off, Disney rip-off. Like, you know, you're just getting everything in there, all the bootlegs in one go. Yeah,
Just
but
leave the VOD after, it's fine.
yeah, obviously interrupt you a bit this time, but like,
Went off on a tangent. That's fine.
yeah.
So that was, so that was Dale and Harley, and then the rest of the gang was when we went to secondary school. So Kaif, it was kind of like you, I was Dale. We had multiple circles of friends,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like.
Like one or two friends would know each other from the other
Yeah.
circles. And
So,
then
like-
we all kind of came
Yeah,
together
'cause-
through that.
Because I think Harley was like the introduction to the Kaif circle, because it was like
Yeah.
the emo kids back in the day,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? And that's where, you know,
I
Massive.
burned the
Massive.
existence of my emo days.
Big emo guy.
Nothing
Yeah.
exists.
Insert photo here.
You won't find it.
You want to bet that too?
I bet we can. Right, we're gonna get a picture of all of us. I need a picture from you at some point.
Oh,
of
actually,
like that kind of
I can get you an emo picture
I
of
think
me.
Josh could get us an emo
Yeah.
picture. of you.
I've got them.
I
I think I've got the photos of all of us for the part he was on about when he put his fist through that window.
Okay,
I think
That
I-
was my party, was it not? Yeah,
No.
yeah, that was my birthday party. Yeah, in the Blueberry.
No, it wasn't yours. It was.
So he's done it twice.
Was it yours? Then
Oh
you
no,
did
no, no!
this?
That was a sixth form party. In the
Is
Yeah,
that the through the windscreen?
No, that's the he had
He punched the
an
bathroom
argument.
window.
So you know, like these
Have we told
windows.
this story?
Hmm?
Have we told this story?
No.
No.
No,
Do you
Just
wanna
out
say-
of
you know this story?
This is Josh, right?
this is Josh.
Josh.
Okay,
of
this
course.
is the weekly dump on Josh.
Weekly
So-
dump on
so-
Josh.
So he was
So
going
this-
out with a girl at the time. I can't remember who she was.
But the bathrooms had it's kind of like the doors we got behind us. So they had like obviously the door, you know,
With the
with the
little
with the
window.
with the window, and it was like
Yeah.
frosted glass or whatever. Or was it? It might have even been one of
It
like
was-
the main. It might have been one of the main doors actually that
It
goes
was a
into
main
like-
door into the bathroom.
into-
It was tempered glass. It had like the little lines through it. you
Yeah,
know?
so it was exactly like that, and he got into a argument of such, and just lost his rag, and he thought, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna punch this window out of frustration, and
yeah, our
basically put his fist through it, and he was just like sort of like, shit, I didn't even realize my own strength, sort of thing, and
and we
Too strong
got
for his own good. Like.
our school got banned from having parties in there.
yeah,
Thanks, Josh.
Standard.
thanks.
Nice of Josh.
That sounds about right.
That
to be
was-
honest.
Josh just a bad guy. Like we
He's-
say
he's
this
just a
every
bad
week.
guy, isn't he?
He's just a bad guy.
We were
It was-
we were shits in our school though. We
there
were
were a lot of
we were
weird people.
literally the worst year of like history in that school. Like we had like the S Block riots. We had. Do you remember that?
You had
But
riots
like
in your school.
stink
So
bombs would
basi-
go off every day.
Yeah, yeah. So each
Really?
every
Yeah.
year you basically move like your like it was like
Your homeroom.
yeah your homeroom and where you'd have your like check in like
Attendance
an
and stuff.
attendance in the
Yeah,
morning.
Start of the day.
So each year you'd go to
Were
you'd have
you
a different block.
with me in that first year as well, Mr. Wilmot? Is it Mr. Wilmot? Science. I feel like you were there.
I can't remember. I can't.
I had like a couple of like Chippy and
Oh, that's gone back too far.
yeah, that's a while ago. Like
But so basically, but it was so obviously you had your own homerooms, and then because it's obviously comp, they don't like keep you in. But basically, we'd stink bombs would go off
All the time.
every other day, basically. So
the
like,
the whole
like-
of S Block would be stinking a pool. Like.
that you'd have to like literally the teacher. You'd have to have all the doors closed to the classrooms because if a door was open, your classroom would have stunk.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a science department, so obviously
Yeah.
Good
bad
God.
stuff smells. And
Bad
basically,
stuff
it got to the point where the teachers got so fed up. They were like, "Right, you can't come in. Nobody can come into S Block unless you're here for lessons, like lesson time." And it was like thunder and lightning or something. It was god awful, typical Welsh weather, hammering down, and they wouldn't let us in. So basically, the whole of the year was rioting outside, like trying to barge the doors down, and we're like kicking the doors down to get in out of the rain. And it was, yeah, we
Wait,
were,
they locked you out in the rain.
so it was.
There is a corridor outside.
So it's because it's like a block. So you'd have like say a block S block here. There was like food economics, which was like connected by
weird when you
like the
think about it.
classrooms, but they
Yeah,
had
there's a
like the hallways were roofed hallways.
Yeah,
So
it's a weird layout
it was
when you think about
outside.
innit?
It was.
It's
It
'cause
wasn't like an
most-
actual building roof, you know. You had like two
Yeah.
structures and then just like a roof, a
But
proper roof
H
across
Block
it.
was above S Block, so like that. The ceiling
Ceiling.
above the corridor was where H Block.
H
then
block
was.
Yeah.
was yes. So
Yeah.
it was just so we weren't like outside getting drenched. So like we had places to go, but it was just like no, there's not enough room for the whole year out here.
It's
And it
kind of
was just,
like when you're told you can't come in, everyone's like,
We want
nah,
to come
fuck
in.
and it
this,
just
we're
it
coming
just
in.
and it just
Yeah.
took a couple of
It's like I might
Rowdy
not want to
people
come in,
to-
but now I want to come in. Just
Yeah.
just
yeah.
'cause
We
you
had
said
we had a
Yeah,
couple
like-
of rowdy people who were just
Yeah,
like I'm
once,
getting in there,
Once
and
a
it was
couple
like
of people start kicking
mob
on the
mentality
doors,
definitely was-
everyone else starts getting excited and they get
Yeah.
involved and they
But,
start
like,
breaking shit too.
Working in a school, you should know if you are gonna like put a whole group of kids out there.
In the rain.
Shit.
The
Shit's
mob
gonna happen,
mentality
yeah.
comes in no matter what. Like you could just
Yeah.
gotta try and keep like groups split up in schools.
Yeah, but when you
'cause it's
like,
just
if you think back now, right? So those teachers that were in charge of us are our age or younger. So you can see why they made
yeah,
that
100%.
mistake.
yeah.
But it's like and
Imagine
it's,
if we were in charge of kids. Obviously not Gowan, Dale. Like,
Through experience, you realize.
I'm gonna be honest. If I was in
I
charge of
wouldn't be very
kids,
good.
right, and the kids were dropping like stink bombs and stuff,
Yeah.
I'd one up them. I'd make it so they never do it again.
That's
Shit
the
in their
kind of thing. I don't go as far as putting in their bags, but sometimes you do have to like give them that kind of reality back. Like I'll do something to be like, you know,
I'd freeze
the
my
piss a
poo at
little bit,
home.
you know?
I'd bring it in. I'd slide her in their bags when they're not looking. And midway through the day, they reach in and
And Sam's not a teacher anloanymore.
There's unfrozen poo, and they're like, "Where did this come
There's
from?"
a fucking poo slushy at the bottom of his bag.
And they're like, I'll look at them. I'll be like, "Wow, that smells. You won't want to do that again, will you?"
Do you remember like the Panda Pop wars and stuff we used to have as well?
No.
Was that?
What's Panda Pop again? It's the drink, right?
It's like,
With
yeah, the
hot
little-
destroying.
Panda pop.
No,
No,
it's
the, like
the
the actual,
Panda
they're like
Pop
little
It's literally
bottles,
just
like
little
plastic bottles.
of,
Oh
like,
yeah.
But then we'd buy them because they got banned because we'd buy in them, and we found out obviously from science class, you find out like if you rip the pack of, if you put salt in there and close it and shake them up, it'll obviously the gas
blow up.
expands and
Yeah.
it explodes.
they explode.
Oh my god!
So we were
really?
literally
Don't do this.
outside one of the outside areas had like a couple of steps, and it was like one of those electric generator things, wasn't it? Which, and you'd literally be like, be like king of the hill, like whoever at the top of the stairs was the Mutts Nuts, and you just lunchtime all run, get a bunch of Panda Pops, and then you just be launching them back and forward at each other with
Sticky
these.
boy.
Oh, it was so.
Good god, that's
Yeah,
awful.
Like
I had a
so-
situation where like we went to the cafe on the roundabout.
Yeah.
And somebody had done that in the cafe and like launched it. So you know, like they had the like the kind of screen up essentially where the kitchen was behind that. It's changed layout wise in there now, but like somebody had like launched a Panda Pop ready to explode over and it just burst all over the kitchen. Like, oh my, we weren't allowed back in. Like,
Yeah, we were shit.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of local businesses around the school complained about the school, so they
Mhm.
introduced like you couldn't go out there anymore, could
Yeah,
you?
because you're wasn't it? I think wasn't
it
it
hit
the first?
us hard
the
every
first.
time, didn't it?
It was yeah. Because when we went up there, because what was it, year seven?
Year
Seven. Year seven would have been the first year there,
You
and we
couldn't
were the
go out.
first. We were the first year that couldn't go out
Yeah.
Yeah.
at year
But then
seven,
they
changed
and
it
every
every year.
yeah,
and
and
then they pushed it
every
back.
year we went up,
You
they
can go
pushed
out
it
year
back
nine,
a
They
year.
pushed it back. So like it got to the point that we weren't allowed out until like year 10, 11, right?
Yeah,
We had to sneak out.
and we basically
But yeah,
snuck
but
out
no,
through
Red
the
Ground.
Most people
Red
would
Ground
sneak
Nature
out.
Reserve.
So in your school, people were allowed to go out of the ground.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
a while
yeah.
we were allowed to
Yeah,
leave.
so like lunch. So for lunch and
In my
and stuff.
school, nobody was allowed.
Yeah, it's
apart
probably
from
for the
sixth
best.
form.
Yeah,
But
so-
then people would just sneak out and like.
and cause havoc. Yeah,
Well, there was a shop that was like around basically like you'd walk out of it, and there was a shop that was like I don't know 50 meters away, and everybody would go there.
Yep.
And there were so many times where a teacher would like come out and go to that shop, and try and go inside to be like, I know my students are in there, but the shopkeeper would walk out and be like, not allowed in. And he's got all these kids in there that are buying all this
he
stuff.
wants the money, doesn't he?
Yeah, he like, and they ended up hating each other because of this. And every single time, I think it was called like Jeff's or something.
Yeah.
Like the shop was, and every single time it was filled to the brim with kids.
Yeah.
And like a teacher would come, and everyone would be like, shit. And the owner's just walking outside. He's like, nah, not allowed in, not allowed in, no. And they'd argue for ages while all these kids are hiding in there. It was mad. I can't believe you were allowed. Well, you weren't allowed, but I can't believe.
I remember we complained, didn't we? We're like, why are you changing it every
just
year we
wouldn't
go
come
up?
back.
Perhaps
Yeah,
it might have been
because we were
our
dicks.
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
they were just, it was a deterrent for us. Like they knew what we were like there for. Don't let them out.
Yeah, but it was very much obviously that was year seven, and we were
Which is
So I
when
think-
year seven's like 10 to 10-year-olds, right?
11, 12. Like,
yeah.
10 and 11.
So that's when we went to year, because that was we'd been to the comp before we'd actually joined the comp, because our school our primary school had a fire. Do you remember when we were temporary? Were you in there when we were temporarily up? in
So
the-
it was the other building that had the fire. I wasn't there till year 4. So it
you
was,
probably were. Oh, you might have been because 5. Yeah, you must have been, because 4 was the last year in that old building.
No. So 4 was in 3, 4, and 5 were in the one building. They had nursery in the other one. Nursery 1 and 2 in the other one. And it was the nursery 1 and 2 that had the
Oh
fire.
yeah.
So
yeah,
like
you're right.
I think you must
Yeah,
have
it
been like
must have
year
been
2
before
when
that.
you went up there and used the school.
Yeah, but year 7 is when we started congregating. Obviously, you're meeting all these new people, and I think it was same as what Glenn said last week. The HBOC when H Block was our common area. That was when we all started getting to know each other more.
Yeah.
Because as I said, that's where we chilled, and we all
that was quite late where H Block became our common area, right? That's like year 10, 11.
Oh no, was it? It was like, so 6.
Because it's the older ones that get H Block, I believe.
Because sixth form was on the 3rd, was right at the top of H Block. So it's H Block.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So
That's what I'm
sixth
thinking
form
of.
was the top. Sixth form was at the top.
Yeah.
So I think it must have been
Like year
8 or 9. But
Yeah.
I probably lean more to. We probably knew each other as we were probably groups of friends chilling with each other way before that. But that's when those are the vivid memories of us, as we said, sat in that little corner by the toilets.
The first time I'd met Josh was at the bottom of the H Block stairs, the stairs that go into S Block.
Yeah.
And I just remember, like, I think I might have been talking to, like, maybe you and Harley, because I went with Harley over there. And I just remember Josh holding, like, 2 cakes with custard, like, eating 2 of them.
Oh, he loved his custard.
He
cakes,
loved
didn't
cake and custard, didn't he? So he had 2 of them, and I just remember being like, it's a fucking good idea.
One of them, man. One of them, man.
So Josh, he loves, free food.
He loves free food.
And he'll do anything for free food. And he managed to like convince me that every day during lunch we would pack away all the chairs for a free meal. And it was kind of a nice thing to do, but that is the extent that Josh would go for free food. And I just got involved.
Yeah.
He loved to try and sneak up into H Block, didn't he? Because he was a year younger than us.
Yeah, actually, as I said, he was one of the gang anyway, wasn't he? Went back at that time.
Yeah,
and it was, as I said, that's when we all started. I think I started playing. I got into WoW because of Josh and Glenn. I wasn't part of like the RuneScape gang. I joined that later, but I remember
RuneScape was the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
It was fucking.
You definitely like you were part of the computer club though, after school. You played RuneScape and Battle On with us there.
A battle. That was a 2D thing. Was that the 2D thing? Yeah.
Adventure Quest.
Yeah. Oh my days.
Oh,
that's a blast from the past. Because we would always in the IT classes we would always alt tab, wouldn't we, and have that played up. But we
were always playing Zwok between the two
Zwok
classes.
as well,
yeah, down the hall, wasn't it? And
teachers were constantly trying to stop us from playing Zwok.
Yeah, because Zwok is the one that's like worms,
it's like tanks.
Right?
It's like it's like tanks or worms. And it's not like
it's similar to worms, right?
It was more like tanks.
Tanks?
I don't know if tanks came up before worms did. It was basically just tanks on a hill.
Yeah,
and they would fire projectiles at each other
from one side to the other.
Yeah, worms was a little bit more complex than Zwok and tanks.
Similar concept though. You got to take out the opposing ones and just firing over to them basically.
I remember that.
One side's turn, then the other side, and you just try and shoot.
Yeah, and you'd slowly like erode away that. I don't even know if the landscape broke in that game. I don't think it did.
Probably wouldn't have.
So
at that point.
we always played like the same browser games. Like, do you remember Tactics Arena Online?
Yeah,
that was good fun. We used to love that. And there was another.
What was that? Do you remember that one?
The Naruto one. You played that with me, right? It was like the card game.
Ooh, I can't remember that one.
The silence is.
Yeah.
Think no.
Yeah, I'm sure we spoke about that one. I was in college when I played it.
But it was
like a Bleach and a Naruto one they had separate.
I can't remember.
It was cool though. It was good fun.
Because we always used to play that sled game, where you draw like the
Line Rider.
Line Rider
we used to,
yeah.
Mate, I even remember all the websites I used to go on. It was Newgrounds, Congregate, and Miniclip.
Yeah,
and all 3 of them got banned.
And wasn't it Penguin something or another King Penguin or something like that? Wasn't something?
Yeah, it is something like that. I don't think I used that much.
But
You're not on about Club Penguin.
I remember Josh's stories about Habbo Hotel.
Different.
So I was going to say Club Penguin probably came out afterwards.
Habbo Hotel. I think
Habbo Hotel.
Josh's stories about Habbo Hotel. I can't tell them; they're bad. But
you're gonna have to tell them now.
No, you have to ask them in private. They're really
I think
bad.
Sam's got some stories about Habbo Hotel. You were an avid player of Habbo Hotel and Club Penguin, like when you.
I didn't play
Is it
Club Penguin.
No. What's the other one?
I played RuneScape, and then I played Habbo Hotel, and I played like Toontown.
Toontown, that's what I'm
Toontown
thinking of.
was
Sorry, yeah.
Toontown was good. But Habbo was.
I used to
like
cool.
Neopets as well.
Neopets
yes, mate. Neopets was
sick.
sick.
I opened that up the other day, like randomly. I thought about it. I was like, look at that. And then I was like, I have no desire to play this.
Yeah.
It's still a thing. Like, it's still
ongoing.
Website's it still has, like, this
that
cult
was,
following.
That must have been like an awakening for the furries.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, more than likely.
Like
It wouldn't surprise me. at all.
90% of like fairy suits I see looks like a Neopet.
Yeah, that might have been it.
They just have the same like design, I guess. Like the face, the same cartoony kind of look to it.
We should probably just ask Nino about it, right?
I think he's. I don't know if he's our age or older.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could
It
probably
would be a
you
good
could probably
source
ask
of
him and say
information.
like, did
Yeah.
Neopets like awaken you or something?
You might just go. No. Oh, okay, fair enough. Mate, there was a load of games back then that like I used to sort of play because like I don't know. Did any of you with any of those games that you needed like membership or something? Did any of you have to do it like through your phone credit? Where you'd like, because you have a hotel. If you wanted
RuneScape, I did.
membership, you'd basically like. You'd have to top up my I'd have to top up my phone, and I'd like put a tenner on or something. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then I text this message, and it'd take like £2.50 off to put it onto the game.
Yeah, I
And
think
I used to spend like a bunch of money like topping up my phone purely.
I think
just to do that.
RuneScape might have had a thing back
So-
then.
Probably did
I,
for
I, think
membership as
I
well.
remember having to hide it from like my mum to make sure she didn't find out.
I could never
Yeah.
afford anything like this.
It was
So-
that was the thing. I didn't have
You guys-
membership for a lot of things because like World of Warcraft, I only got after all of that because it was like
Oh, that was the hardest
Because like,
one to
I
try
want
and
to,
get
I want
into.
to
It
say
was
Battle,
like-
Battle Leon had something like you could buy like a really good sword or something straight from
so
the
you'd
get
have like the
go.
Guardian membership, and then eventually the ex-Guardian stuff as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to say. So I couldn't really afford this stuff, but Harley and Steven used to have it like all the time. And then Steven, absolutely, like Steven is Harley's cousin. He is like around in SR, but he doesn't really play anything. Like he'll play Final Fantasy with us, and that's about it. But he used to like use his parents' card
without telling them.
to pay for his membership, and they were okay with that.
Oh right.
But then he started using his parents' card to pay for
for
my
yours.
membership. So, I love the boy. Like, he
I'm
absolutely
definitely
fucked
gonna
me
see
up,
if I
like-
wonder if that game's still out and about.
It's still about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
okay.
could still log into my character right now.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like one of the OG like AFK games, like you literally just grind for days and
Remind
days
me
and
later,
days.
and I'll show you my character.
That's
I remember a game Harley introduced me to. I think it might be just called Guns.
Oh, Guns was sick. It was like
It was
the parkour thing.
Yeah, it was so hard trying to
with
learn
the
how
double
to
swords.
You had to try and
Oh my
like
God.
butterfly. And that was
Yes.
really hard to learn.
Oh, mate, Guns was. So they brought out like a sequel to Guns,
Yeah.
and it wasn't quite as good, I didn't think. We played it, but I just remember the experience of playing Guns. So it was like you fight waves essentially, don't you? As like the PvE thing
PvE,
with
I
like,
don't know. I used to just do the PvP.
and then the PvP was like 2v2 or 3v3. I can't even really remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. It was really fun,
It
but
was super good.
fuck, we are old.
Yeah, I know.
Well, as soon as you said Battle Leon, I was just literally just went back 15 years and like,
Yeah.
oh shit, yeah.
But I remember in like tech classes as well, like tech design and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. We didn't do anything.
It's because
We
it's
literally
because
didn't do
it
anything.
was like IT. It was IT back then, wasn't
like,
it? So
oh,
there was
we've got
nothing. It
computers.
was like, all right, this is how you like use Photoshop to like create a website,
but I mean, like,
which is like
literally-
drag and drop, and you literally be
Yeah.
done in like 10 seconds. So it's
like,
just,
I
you know,
remember because we had IT together, didn't we? And it was because we'd
I
grown up
taught a
on-
Photoshop class because the teacher was there, and I was just like, oh, it's easier if you do this, this, and this.
Yeah,
And she's
yeah.
like, oh, Jenny, do you want to show people how to do it? I was like, yeah, I use this all the time when I'm in my free time, and it's just like,
It was,
alright,
it was
so
one of
go
those
on.
classes we were like, we're gonna get the easiest A
A-
level
A- yeah.
in IT, and we did.
The
we-
A level, the A levels in IT. The teacher we had, he was awesome because we used to
I
go.
used
We
to
used to
love
go out. We used to go out. And he'd be like, "We're
did
turning
you
up late
have?
to the class because what's that?
Who did you have?
Mr. Davis.
Oh, right,
He's
yeah,
he was a legend. But he'd have mugs for us in the class, so we'd have tea.
Oh
and,
yeah,
he'd
sure.
have teas
He'd
and
make us
stuff.
like cups of tea. And
He'd
stuff,
be like,
money, and
"Oh,
bring in
guys,
biscuits."
he'd be like, "Oh, if you're going out for lunch, like going like to Tesco or whatever," because I was always driving everybody everywhere. It's like, "Oh, if you're going out for lunch, I'll let you be like 10 minutes late if you bring back a pack of biscuits for the class." Like, so
I remember when I first started his
fucking
class
hero.
in A levels, he didn't like me at first because I didn't study.
I feel like
And
there's a recurring theme with teachers.
Yeah, so I didn't
No
study.
teachers like Kaif.
I didn't listen. I barely turned up, but I got along with him.
Yeah.
And then he always used to complain. He's like, I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to fail. He's like, look how good the rest of the students are. And I remember me and you were the only ones who passed.
Yeah.
And he come up to me one day in the middle of the cafeteria and he shook my hand. He was like, legend.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was back in comp. I was definitely not one to miss a lesson. I was a proper.
A bit of a swap.
Yeah, I was.
But I don't know. IT was easy for me. 'Cause,
Like IT was easy.
we did databases, right?
Yeah, IT
And-
was easy. Maths was my subject. I could do maths
May have
sleep
failed
in
that
like.
Really?
Yeah.
You were in like the
Higher sets, probably.
I was in top sets for
Really?
everything.
primary school. It was like
Primary
me,
school. I
you
was
and-
doing secondary school
Me,
maths.
you and Harley
Jesus
were in
Christ.
that like extra maths thing when we
Yeah.
where we'd go off to a separate class when everyone else is doing maths, and like they used to take people out for like the little tournament things and stuff, didn't they? With other
Oh,
schools.
do you remember doing?
tournaments?
Yeah.
I remember like this
Do you remember
particular
the chess one? Do you ever do the chess?
I didn't do the chess one though. Did you? I'm
I did
assuming you
chess.
the yeah.
Do you like
You
the
know how
chess?
to play chess?
Yeah,
You were, like, good at
I was good at chess.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day.
I wanna,
SR
like-
chess tournament.
SR
you come in.
chess
I-
Yeah,
tournament.
you shit now.
I mentioned,
Yeah.
I mentioned doing that a while ago because me and you played chess against each other once.
Yeah, I had no idea what to do. My
Yeah.
chat were going nuts.
Neither of us like had
they
a
were
clue.
like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't fucking know
Yeah.
chess.
It was literally you just went, "Do you want to play chess?" And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Shall I
Yeah,
pick
alright.
up one of them like chess timers?
I've got-
like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
timers and
'Cause
like.
But I've got chess. I think I've got like Harry Potter chess in my house or something random like
Oh,
that. So
let's
we can
go.
definitely, I can
Yeah.
definitely bring that down.
Like I mentioned being like, "Oh, does anyone want to do a chess tournament?" And like one or two people was like, "Yeah." But I reckon it would be.
We
like,
should
if
do an
everybody,
office
like,
chess tournament.
I don't know. Maybe not study up, but have a
I'll be
little
the
bit of
first
read
one
of the route.
Because I would always remember,
beforehand.
because I was really
dunno, mate.
I was
Some
really good
people
at
would
chess in like because that would have been year 5, year 6 when we did that sort of stuff. And I'd always remember being like, yeah, I'm awesome at this. I'm winning chess tournaments against other schools. And then my one of my cousins was like really good at chess, and I'd be like, it's like, I got you. I just won a medal last week, and he'd just be like 5 turns at a game over. I'm just like, how the fuck did you do that? You know, it's just
Yeah.
But yeah. So I remember because it's like when Dale and Glenn, like they'd always go down Harley's, Josh and like they'd go down Harley's house. I was never one of those
Yeah,
one of those
because
to
you
do it.
wouldn't
I
miss
was
the
just
lesson,
there.
like.
I think it was only towards like the later years of school where I was just like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
I've hit the point where it's just too easy.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, like, so I can afford to bunk off and still do it. But obviously back when I was in when you're like 6 and year 7 and 8, I was just like, oh, I can't miss school. My mom will kill me. I'll be out in the streets like.
Where like towards the end of my school time, there was like certain lessons I wouldn't turn up to a lesson once, and then I was like, I didn't turn up once. I was like, I won't turn up twice, and I just never showed up.
Yeah.
And then it just
Once I got
slowly
into
to a
sixth
point where I
form,
just stopped turning
like,
up to school.
I was getting to the point. I was like, I'm fed up of education. We'd been doing this since we were like what,
Yeah.
8. So yeah, I took performing arts, media, and IT, the most least effort ones. Actually, to be fair, performing arts turned out to be fucking hard.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Like you had
actually.
to build up like a ring binder of like a portfolio. I remember Josh was like, do performing arts with me. It'd be the easiest time.
Oh, I loved it.
And we had to put in so much work to put on these shows and stuff.
I obviously
like Josh,
I told you guys that
Yeah.
you know anyway. I'd stopped turning up for school basically, like, you know, I'd come in when they told me I had to.
Yeah.
So I had to like do the extra year in college to like do my GCSEs because they just didn't enter me for my GCSEs because I didn't have the attendance. And then
Like,
like
fucked up.
I ended up like doing my maths, English, science, getting that out the way, and then doing like staying there because I was like, actually I really prefer college because it's much more independent.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I just didn't like the whole you feel a bit tied down in school.
yeah,
Yeah, I
But,
think that was my
yeah.
biggest complaint about sixth form, was just the fact that like when we met up for sixth form on the first day, they were like, you're adults now, you know, you're independent, you're in charge of your own education. And obviously it was our year.
yeah.
So by halfway through it, they were like, right, you have mandatory study sessions.
yeah.
So we're like, oh, nice independence, bro.
Yeah.
I think the only thing because the groups we had like this, that's probably the only thing that kept most of us in sixth form, because it was like we were all
Because your mates were there.
yeah, and we were all in like
I think
lots of people had really the same sort of classes.
The only thing that kept me going with sixth form was that there was a group of girls, right, that were like, we.
Yeah, here we go.
Hang on,
He's going red. We got him, guys.
There's a group of girls that I used to hang out with that were like, we're gonna, like the school, like, you can do this as long as you can pay for it. They were like, we're gonna organize a weekly drinking session in different
100%,
venues.
yeah.
And that was the only reason that I decided to keep coming to classes and stuff.
Those sixth form parties were good.
That we got banned from a lot of venues.
Yeah.
I think
They were. I don't think.
have that.
There wasn't
But,
a pub
there
in
are
like
people who
around a
fuck around
corner
big time.
that wouldn't. There wasn't a pub within like 5 miles that we weren't allowed to
We
have
always
sixth
had to
form
go to
parties in.
Ponty, didn't we?
We kept on. It was like you said. It'd be like, oh, this is a great place, and they're like, yeah, we're not having you back.
Yeah.
It was
Most people
like,
did.
you remember the Malsters?
We went
Monsters,
there
yeah.
once and they banned us.
It's,
Oh,
yeah, I was
really?
gonna say it's
I
quite
think we
difficult
went there
to
like
get.
2 or 3 times.
That
and then
one
we
might have
went
been my
to-
fault.
And then we went to Club Abont there as well, which
What
was
did
that
you
one
do?
down the lane.
It wasn't more that what I did. It was more that a girl was trying to get my dick out in the place.
It sounds like a running theme from previous.
Everyone just tries to get Couch's dick out.
It was Payne's fault though.
sounds about
Yeah,
right.
that sounds about
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
see, like, you didn't even flinch when I said
Have you
that.
seen it?
Penny's
Penny.
fault.
It
He was
Pay-
he
it
was
was
probably there
Payne's fault.
grabbing the zip while the
For
girls
people who
grabbing.
don't know what Penny is, if you've ever seen my videos, Flap, he was the
boom
boom
kid.
kid.
The Boom Kid.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Stones.
you could have said Penny tried to get my dick out, and I would have gone, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right. It doesn't even have to be somebody else.
You just spill on yourself.
Yeah.
It could honestly, you could say he
God
did
damn it.
anything, and I'd
You
go, yeah, that
fucking-
sounds about right. He's chilled out massively over the years, but
Yeah. He literally said to the girl, he was like, you wouldn't give him a blowjob in the club. And I was like, I'm not getting my dick out, Penny. And she was like, no, I'll do it. See, like, you say Penny did this, and you're like, yeah,
I
I'm
can
not
believe
surprised
it.
at all.
no.
Not one bit.
I've got so many stories about him, but they're just not fit for YouTube. Like,
Yeah, there's only so many ones that you can talk about Penny,
Yeah.
and they'd be okay to, like, speak
Yeah.
out loud. Like, what I just said then was one of the tamest
tame
things
ones,
Penny's
yeah.
done.
My favorite, my favorite thing about him that I remember hearing, and I think I did experience it because we went out a bunch as a big group of us. Was the good old, because he used to play well with everyone as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
And like we'd go into Cardiff, and he'd be like on the bus, just running around in circles, spinning in circles, shouting out spells.
What was no what was the club on the corner? What was it? What was it used to called? What used to be called?
Like Oceana or
Oh shit!
something?
No, it was before. It was before that. Before it was Oceana.
Wait, where's this now?
Oceana
In
or
Cardiff on Greyfriars
it was
Road.
called Oceana.
It was
before.
Oceana.
Was it
Yeah,
Oceana
Yeah,
the
it was
first one?
Oceana, yeah.
It's called
And
like
in
the
the
prison
now.
in the disco zone,
Oh
and
my God,
he's there spinning around going Righteous Fury, Righteous
Dude, no,
Fury,
dude, he
consecrate.
he would go up to girls, right? And he'd go, DDS, right? And they'd be making out with him. So not only was he a massive nerd, he'd pull him.
Yeah. I just remember him fucking Crusader striking people, like. But he wouldn't
And
just
nobody
do that.
knows.
He just
Nobody
had to
knows what
run
he's
up
doing.
and he'd do the animation because he was a human paladin. He'd like jump up in the air and be like Crusader strike.
But nobody knows
Divine
what's happening.
Storm.
But he oozed confidence at that
Yeah.
age.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, he still just doesn't give a fuck
Yeah.
now. Like you can not hear from him for ages, and I'll just get like a random WhatsApp video of him, like, and it'll be the stupidest shit.
Shit,
It might just be him with a drink, like, and I'm just like, nice. Well, like, what can I say? But
I remember
the boy is funny. Like,
I remember one of the times as well with the abilities, he would also do like the human male dance from WoW, where he'd sit like I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember it. He'd just fucking bust out in the middle of a club.
Yeah,
It was
we
not-
would just do it together.
It was just oh god.
It started off with Penny and it was infectious. So we
so
both.
you're all
it was
human
so-
male
me
dancing in
and
that
Penny
club.
would be in a club doing the human dance.
Oh my lord!
It was so funny. It was
Like
so funny.
thinking back to it, it's cringy as shit.
It's
right?
so cringy, yeah.
yeah, but it's funny.
But like Penny had so much
You just don't.
confidence.
He
that
just
you'd
don't
be
give.
like-
He just didn't
I'd
give a
be
shit
like,
after
I
a couple
wanna
of
shag
pints.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
You're hitting on him at this point.
It's one of those things where I think even now, if you have the confidence, like, and you do something, people are like, "Oh, that's cool." If you're not,
Hello,
confident
sir.
and
Would you
do
like to
it,
come
they're
with me
like,
to
"Mm, that's
Goldshire?
cringe." It's
Yeah,
mad.
it was one of those things like Penny would do it and you'd be like, you know, if you said what he did in general, you'd be like, that's kind of cringy.
Yeah,
But if you watched him doing it, you'd be going, I don't know how he gets away with
yeah,
it.
exactly.
But I was always the same on a night out. And Glenn, like, when Glenn saw it, he was like, what the fuck? He went home and said to his mum, like, I don't know how Dale does it, but like he's always pulling when he's out because he's just confident as shit. Like it's like we'd go to a club and I'm like, right, that dance floor is mine. I'd get to the center of the dance floor and I'd own it, and then people are like coming up to you and like grabbing you and like trying to go on me. And I had like friends like going like, no, fuck off, like get away from him. And like I'm not like the best looking guy or anything, like, but I was just like, I'm confident. So,
Batting away these girls with a bat. Come on.
I just remember something about Harley when we went to a club before, and this basically, you always know who a cougar is because they've been wearing the leopard print, right?
Yeah.
So Harley had pulled this one cougar, right? And he stopped making out of her, and he turned towards me and Tommy went, "You want to go?"
Oh my lord.
And the woman was like, "Come on, boys." And we were like,
Nah, I'm right.
Harley's another one where like it's just confidence. Completely, like whenever you go out with him,
It's just once
he gets hammered and he's just one of the most confident people I know.
But you used to be the same as well. Like you were very much like
But that was weird. That
You
was
were like-
it was confidence that didn't work.
you'd go up to one, you'd dance to them, and then when they're like, nah, you'd go to the next one, like literally your friend stood next to it, and you're like, right.
I just remembered Sam in fucking Live Lounge. We no. We weren't.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, but like we weren't drunk yet, and Sam was going up to the, like women going, "Hey."
Yeah. But he would make it through the like group.
And if it
basically.
didn't work, he'd go to the next one. And it would eventually work.
I was
It's like you do realize we're all dancing together, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't care."
Yeah, but which one of you wants it?
So that was. I think
I
that's.
miss those days.
I think we have so many stories about drinking.
I
An
I could literally list.
unbelievable
Yeah.
amount of stories.
We
about
could
drinking.
literally. You could have a whole podcast episode just talking
Yeah,
about us
and,
getting up
like,
to shit after a
stories.
piss.
A university for me was just fucking mental.
Yeah, I think.
But that was the people I was with. They were batshit insane.
The thing is, though, is that I loved those times and doing that. It was really fun.
But you think
like,
back and go,
I'd be like, if I had and I feel too old to do it now.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly.
I have no desire to
When-
go out, get hammered, and go do it. After a
same.
couple of drinks, I'm like,
when I
just wanna
think
fucking go to
about
bed.
like going out for drinks, I'm like, it's gonna cost me a lot of money, and like I'm gonna feel like crap the next day,
Yeah.
and I'm just
might-
like, no.
Back then,
my
it's
my
like-
ideal drinking now is either going down to the local pub to have a couple in the
couple of
beer
pints,
garden
like.
or around somebody's house.
the thing
and
is,
that's,
right,
that's it.
if
Like,
we said, let's have a house party, you would get as absolutely slammed as you would in clubs.
yeah.
So it's not that you
and
don't
worse.
like...
It's cheaper and we'd have more fun as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that you can't do it anymore. It's that you just realize that the clubs aren't as fun.
Yeah. The only risk
Yeah.
there is you're gonna get swept away for a heart-to-heart with Josh, like. But sometimes
Or,
you
like,
gotta take that risk to hang around with your friends, like.
And whoever's house party it is might get a little bit broken in places.
Yeah.
Or you might have one of your mates grabbing you up against the fence, wondering what you're doing.
Hey, I thought he'd hit my friend.
I'll never forget old Dale's stink eye.
Oh, hey, one-eyed Pete or something, wasn't it?
One-eyed Joe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So drunk that one of your eyes was.
Yeah.
And he was literally going around going,
You question me like, why are you like, why is your eye closed? Like, what are you doing? And like the only response you'd ever get is,
yeah.
huh? And then like, I pour a fresh drink and I jump up onto Josh's kitchen counter sitting on the corner and I'm holding my drink sideways. And then like, you tip it in and I'm like, what?
You were really bad that night. That was funny.
I used to just take a big like liter bottle of vodka or wherever, or wherever the big one is. I can't remember.
I
Sorry.
reckon we could do that.
And I
again.
used to just smash the bottle of
Like,
vodka
I
every
reckon
time.
we could get all of us around someone's house and like have a fucking good party.
yeah, definitely.
When I
Should we do a moving in party for Daz?
when I finish, yeah, definitely. When I finish my garden,
Yes.
because that needs to be done first. I'm having a party.
yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
we've been
How's
trying to
that
find a landscaper for like 6 months now.
Um,
Hard work.
Well, I can give
I
you a
look
number
forward
of
to it.
somebody
Is-
who's expensive, but
It's been a long
Yeah.
time since we've had like a proper house party now. 'Cause they used to be
Yeah.
quite regular. It used to be like someone's birthday. Yeah, let's have a
Well, we have
party.
had COVID for
Yeah.
2 years, haven't
Yeah,
we?
that's the problem. Like we've missed out. It'd
definitely
be nice
it'll
to
be
have everyone.
it'll be definitely around summer we'll be having one as well because obviously because
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
got the garden
we-
sorted and
can we
everything.
do
It's
it-
just getting a
Early or late summer, because the summer we're in right now, I can't deal with it.
yeah.
I'm sweating.
Well, wait till I'm
right
back
now.
as well.
Oh,
100%. Yeah.
go- the heat now.
It'd probably be more.
Plus 30 odd people in the house.
And being
Yeah.
drunk. Like
And
I
being drunk.
sweat when I'm drunk
Yeah.
anyway.
I-
like.
Plus,
like-
my dog would rip half of you apart because she's never seen any of you. So it's just,
It's alright, I'd bark at her and then I would never see the light of day again.
Like you did with
dead.
Remy. Like,
Remy,
you
was,
barked at Remy, she crapped
after,
herself.
like when I looked after her, she was my best friend after. It was,
Yeah,
it was
you gave her a
nice.
belly rub, and she was like, "You're the boy."
Absolutely.
You're the
She
boy.
was massively.
But yeah, I think that was obviously going off on tangents again.
Yeah,
but that was
what we do.
Everybody within
Court,
like the court,
the
yeah,
OGs
the
of SR,
OGs,
like,
yeah. So because and then Josh kind of was part of the circle with Glenn, and then we always used to go down like the tennis courts
Yeah,
and
basketball
down
and stuff,
the
don't they?
basketball courts and down the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good times. Oh,
You used to
there we go.
camping as well.
This was the actual story. This is actually my the story about Josh.
Oh,
I know
okay.
we all.
We got
We're back in that section again.
well,
Let's
it
go
was
back.
Dale said you got to make sure you have a story, and I was like, oh, I can't
a
remember.
story to bully
but,
Josh. Like,
but
you
last
need it.
podcast we were like, oh, sorry, get ready for one. I was like, I actually gave Josh one of my old phones because he was absolutely garbage with money, and it was like a Motorola flip phone. So I give it to him because I got another phone, and he was like, oh mate, this is great. This is, you can put a SIM card in, a memory card in with all music. We were down the cage, which was just like, it was one of those.
It was like a caged.
It was
football
literally,
court, wasn't it?
caged in with like dents either side for your goalpost, and then basketball hoops attached to it. So we're out and about playing down there, and like for some reason, I think he just boots it across the floor or something.
With the phone.
The phone, he just launches it, and this was probably about a week after I given it to him. So it was like, and it was pretty much in like brand new condition because I was really careful with that sort of stuff. And I always remember that it's, even though the top screen come off, all the main components were in the bottom half, so it still worked. You just couldn't hear anything, and he'd be getting phone calls. So like the phone's vibrating, and he obviously not knowing who it was, he'd still be answering it, being like, "I don't know who this is. I can't hear you." And it was just, I was just like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, you crap with money. I give you nice things, and then
It just ruins
and then
it
you just
anyway.
go and smash them to pieces anyway. But
Nice guy.
Yeah.
nice guys.
Nice guy.
The
Josh,
best
in
thing
a
about
nutshell.
that though is that he wants to talk to people so much, and like, you know, because he's a bit of a people pleaser.
Mhm.
But because of that, people are phoning him. He knows he can't hear them, and he's still like, "I'm gonna answer this and tell them I can't hear them," instead of just, you know, hanging
You
up
could just
on,
not
like,
answer. Like,
yeah,
you know.
exactly. And he's like, "Yeah, my phone's broken. I can't hear you. Hang up. Next phone call. Yeah, it's broken." And just over and over again.
Speaking
So
of the cage, there was a friend that was down there one time, and he was like, "Do you-" he said, "Do you guys want to see under my foreskin?" And we were like,
oh my
So-
god.
Jen,
Yeah, why not?
yeah, okay, right. And yeah, the head of his penis was covered in a layer of smegma.
Oh my lord.
He's just a random person.
No, he was one acquaintance.
Yeah, one of the these, because
No,
obviously.
I meant, is this? I was like, is this Josh or is this another?
Oh,
Josh?
no, someone
no,
else.
this was
Oh,
like-
it's a
yeah.
different person.
It's sort of like a friend of the group, but I think he was trying to impress the girls
With his smegma.
with his smegma.
Hey girls, look at all this cheese.
Yeah.
Get your crackers,
He
ladies.
did it, right? And I had to run off into a corner and heave.
I'm not surprised. Fucking hell, get your bread dipper.
Did anyone ask for fondue?
And that's what that's also the day I learned that Tom could tuck his penis into his balls.
That sounds about right. Maybe in the future we'll contact Tom and be like, "Hey, do you want to be on a podcast?"
And show us it.
Show us your party dress. So I was just about to say, so like Josh was going to be on the podcast today. I'd asked him to jump back on again, and kind of last minute he was like, well, I say last minute, he told us this morning he was ill and he was unsure if he could come, and then like he decided he was far too ill and like, you know, he wasn't feeling very well.
You can say what he
But
did.
the way we found out, and I double checked with Josh first that he was okay with me telling you guys, like, you know, we all know, like, sat here, but like, you know, telling you guys why he couldn't make it today. So he woke up this morning about 9 o'clock. He'd sent a message into the podcast chat. I was like, "Oh, I can't. You know, I'm not feeling great, guys. I've shit the bed." And like, we use the term "shit the bed" as like, you know, something's gone wrong. I fucked up, right? And I read it. And like, people were making jokes about actually shitting the bed, and I read through, and I was like, what have you actually done then? Like,
Yeah, I commented on it and I went, "Wait, do you actually mean?"
yeah. But turns out Josh actually shit the bed this morning. He'd shit himself. His wife was in the bed with him, and he'd shit the bed. So Josh can't be on the podcast today because Josh shit the bed. So
Can we talk about what he sent us?
yeah, why not? So just to show, I think it was to prove like, oh
That
no,
he
look,
was
I'm
actually
actually ill, guys. I can't turn up. So in our WhatsApp group, he sent a video of like him taking a shit, but like not him, like he'd elevated a cheek essentially so that he could film between his bum and the toilet seat, so you can see like in between, and you just see like him shitting, like the poo hitting the
Literally.
pan, like, and it was
It
like
was grim.
It was like
was
firing
fucking-
out of him.
it was
a
like
machine
the
gun.
bloody waterfalls, like
And this was not a muted video.
the noise was
There was
unpleasant.
audio.
The noise was
As
unpleasant.
my dad used to describe it back when I had one, it was like Pebble Dash.
You even remember that?
He's pebble dashed the ball, and it was that because it was like some thinner bits and a couple of little dotted bits
Yeah.
around, like
Can I
you know.
play the audio into my microphone? Or just like extract the audio from the video.
Extract
and put
the
it on
audio,
this?
and
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
ask Josh if he's okay with us playing
Then
the.
I will just be like,
I don't know, right, how he sat there filming himself shitting and didn't laugh.
Make a noise.
There was no
Just
laugh.
dead. It was
he
dead,
didn't laugh.
dead silence.
But then again,
other than
if he says he's been shitting as much as he has, there's probably no humour left in him. Like, he is drained.
at all.
The boy's probably lost 2 stone this morning.
it's, it's like like scene out of The Exorcism, where,
Yeah.
where that was it, but from the other end, wasn't it? It's just
Yeah.
I
like,
was replying to
spread
him
those cheeks.
when he first put the message in, and he was like, "Oh, I'm on the toilet," and I was like, "Oh shit, like you know, how long you been there?" And he was like, "Oh, I've been here for 2 hours." So he basically, at the point he told us, he had been on the toilet for 2 hours pooing, and I'm like, "That was 9. That was 9 this morning." I'm like, if that's your morning, there's no way in hell you were having a good day.
Yeah, no, he's having a bad time. So, like, obviously, we didn't want to risk bringing him down here, and he didn't want to risk coming down because he'd have been back and forth for a shit. He might have pooed on his computer chair. We don't know. And
that would have been
If
content,
we do
though.
end up playing the audio, we'll put a little notice up beforehand and give you a countdown just to kind of be
yeah,
like,
we don't want to shock
we
you.
won't
with, like,
randomly be like, here's the audio, boom.
Yeah, I'll
It'll
do
be
it
like
for-
a countdown.
I'll do it for you now,
skip
I'll
to
do it for you
this
now.
point.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it'll pause right there and it'll be audio.
Mate, that's going to be fucking brilliant.
Oh, mate, that audio's awful.
Yeah, it is.
Sad. Yeah, so that's why Josh didn't make it today.
I can't
So-
believe he actually shit the bed. Like, he actually pooed.
Okay, question. Have any of you guys shit the bed in the last 10 years?
No.
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 I've shit myself.
I've actually,
I've shit the bed. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
I've never shit the bed, and I've never shit myself.
You've never shit yourself? You should try
I've
it.
never. I should try it.
I've shit myself before. But, like, I've...
One set, moment, please. Oh, that's rather nice.
To be fair, right?
I saw your cheek wobble as well.
I came close to shitting myself the other day,
Yeah.
and even in my head, I was like, "This is gonna break my streak of never shitting myself."
You counting it down, man.
It's been those. You've had those times though, you know, where you're just like, you know, when you stomach's going and you know, and it's just
Yeah.
like, I've got to rush, and as soon as you're literally like your arse cheeks are like an inch away, and it's just like
I
all
literally,
hell,
right?
all hell goes loose.
I'd eaten mussels.
Yeah.
That from the get go tells you all you need to know. And I think within an hour of eating the mussels, my stomach was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I was in extreme pain. I was like, I gotta fart. And yeah, me and Evs are walking to the car, and I bent down to open the car, and I felt a little. And I went, oh no, I'm gonna shit myself. Put my hands down my trousers, and I feel my bumble. I was like,
I'm clean.
I'm good.
I'm
I'm
clean.
and then
You just did like a little credit card swipe and just like, whoop. Oh, yeah, it's good.
yeah, and then I spent about an hour on the toilet, and it was fucking awful. It was one of those like it was so bad it came out too early. So I think like some of my stomach acid had gone with it. I don't even know if that's a thing,
Yeah.
but it was burning. So
So
Sounds about right.
anyway, thanks for
my
listening to toilet
situation
story.
was like, I was ill, like,
Yeah.
and
You,
I
you
was-
hope you'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
not
I
not just
was-
see you just roll
I
over
didn't
and go.
just shit
Oh,
myself.
guess what?
So I was ill, and I was like really hot. So I was like, fuck, I'm taking, like, I was naked in bed, right? I took everything off to go to bed. I just lay in there watching stuff. And
This must be great for you to hear right now.
yeah, like Lon's in the background, like, please don't do it again. Like,
Wait, were you here when
No,
he did
no.
that? Oh, I was gonna say.
no, this was years ago now, but like probably within the last 10 years. Yeah, I was ill. I decided to get into bed naked, which was a mistake in itself.
Yeah.
And even though knowing I was ill and I had the shits, I trusted a fart. And it was only a quick squirt, I like, but it was just, but it just like I just left a little circle stain on the bed, like it was just like watery shit that I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I'm ill. I had to change all the sheets and like I just washed the fucking bed down basically, and I was just like, for fuck's sake, like, and yeah, that was my shit the bed. And I can imagine Josh's was probably pretty similar this morning, like, you know.
Yeah,
It's just
probably.
that ill shit, you know. It's mostly liquid. Like,
I've never actually shit in my bed before, right?
you shit your pants, so we want to know that
yeah.
story.
Wait, which one?
Which one?
Tell us your choice. Take a pick, or you can tell us a couple if you want.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, in the last year or two, when I was sat at my computer, I was like,
More recent than I thought.
I mean, I think I just remembered it, actually.
You were
Where
sat there
I was-
thinking, toilet's too far.
No. It was genuinely one of those where you, like, you go to fart, and suddenly you're like, and your whole body clenches up, and you're like, oh, fuck. All right, well, into the shower, fucking sort myself out. Awful. But the one I remember most vividly is when I used to, like, when I was driving a van at my last job, and I was going up motorway, and it was exactly the same sort of thing where I was like, I trusted it while driving, and then
I remember you telling me this.
I just suddenly I was like, oh no, and I pulled over immediately on the hard shoulder. And I think I remember there was a bin there as well, which was really fortunate. And like, I basically ended up just cleaning myself up at the spot with all the toilet roll.
I was expecting then
blue
that I
roll.
took the lid off the bin and I just used it.
Oh no! I basically took my like boxes off, cleaned myself up, made myself all decent in the middle of like the open, basically, because I parked my van up when I was there. I just remember like basically putting everything in the bag, and including my boxes, just putting it in a bin, putting my shorts back on, and being like, all right, bye. Just so I could drive off and carry on with the
Did
work
you say
day.
you went and bought new boxes as well?
No, I was naked the rest of the
Oh,
day.
right. I'm
And,
sure.
well,
I'm sure I've
under the
heard a
shorts.
story
Yeah.
where someone had like shit themselves in work and like had to go and buy new boxes
Nah, I
because they'd
just-
used their boxes.
I
to
just
wipe
go
themselves
commando.
up, like.
I just went commando the rest
Yeah,
of
that's
the day.
fair.
Well, I told you the story of
was
when
a
I
hot
met
day as well.
Ebbs for the second time.
No,
No,
I mean you might have.
but I'm sure we all want to know.
So I don't know why. When I first met Ebbs, I had like issues with my bladder. I couldn't hold my pee.
Did you pee yourself?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't.
We're getting there.
I couldn't hold my pee for like long.
Yeah.
So when I was driving her to the airport so that she could go home, I was driving to Luton. About halfway there, I desperately needed to pee, and like, I don't know why the services weren't open. And then when we got to Luton, then it was a really big struggle to find anywhere to find a pee. So I was like, I'm gonna stop in this dark area, and I'm gonna have to pee in a bottle. And
Hey, Ebbs, can you hold the bottle while I'm driving, please?
the mistake I made with the bottle, right, is that it was empty. It was going to be enough to hold my pee. The problem is that I created a seal with the head of my penis. And as it filled up with pee, the air pressure in the bottle increased. And eventually it gave way, and I sprayed myself with piss.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful.
That's why when you pee in a bottle, you don't put the tip of your dick in the bottle.
You pressed it against the custard.
No, just the head was against the bottle.
You like hover it slightly away.
I was so scared of like missing
lean.
or like the pee going not in the bottle and going on me that I actually caused it to spray up me.
That's brilliant.
And I remember being like tabs. I'm like,
I just
this is
pissed
so
myself.
embarrassing.
The second time as well.
Sorry,
just
Abs,
laughing.
I just peed all over myself.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's fucking beautiful.
Well, you're still together,
Give
so,
yourself
you know.
a golden shower during your second like
That
meet
should
up
be a
with
hint
Ebbs.
to everyone. If you want a long-lasting relationship, pee on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Lord.
faster you can
Don't
pee on
honestly
myself
talk
later.
about piss and shit, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know, you've hit that part of the relationship when it's just like,
Have you ever
no
shit
one-
yourself before, Simon?
I've never shit myself.
You never shit yourself or shit
Really?
the bed.
No, not unless not until I was like young.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
probably
When
shit
I was-
and pissed the bed when I was like a baby. You know?
Yeah,
I was gonna say like you two got too much control on your life.
exactly.
But Kai's pissed on himself, so Simon, you've got a lot of control in your life. Like
I got a lot of control. Just the bottle took it from me.
robbed of it.
Oh, Christ.
That's beautiful. So let's
Well, there we go.
let's go to like another meeting I want to talk about. So let's talk about the time you first met Gary, which was the same night that like obviously we had the suffocating, I think.
Yep.
But it was as we were arriving to the party. So
I love his story.
yeah.
This is
So
great.
shall I open us with like the taxi?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Oh fuck! I just remember.
So-
what it
To
was.
the door, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So like a lot of us, like I lived by Josh at the time, and a lot of people just kind of met up at Josh's, so that we could get a taxi to Sam's house because it was for his birthday. And it was like an old taxi.
This was the second time we met him, right?
I think it was the first.
No, it was just...
No,
It
it
was
was
the
it
first
was
time
it,
Simon-
no, it was
Simon
definitely it was the
met him,
it was the first, 100% the first.
Oh, because I remember you snuck him in... Oh, sorry. I'll say
Yeah.
this afterwards.
So we were getting a taxi
Sorry.
down from Josh's, and as we got out of the taxi, Harley was the last one out, and it was one of the like sliding doors on the taxi, like they slide back. So Harley opens the door. Oh, I open the door. We all get out. Harley gets out last. He goes to close the door, and the whole door of the taxi just falls off and hits the floor, like hits a car on the way down that's parked in the street, and hits the floor. And the guy's like, "Oh, you gotta pay for it now. Like, you gotta pay for it." And we're like, "What the fuck? No, we don't." Like, and we're parked in the middle of the road. Yeah, I'll let Simon take it from there. So we're arguing with the taxi driver, and then
Yeah, so these guys were just around the corner. So it's like so I was at a T-junction. I had broken my collarbone at the time, so I was in the passenger side. So I saw everybody I saw everything that happened. I saw the guys come out. I was like, look what it is, dude. So I wound my window down then, and I just shouted, "Come on, gents, anytime today." This is when Gary... Oh, what we calling him? Is it Pre-Puss Gary? Pre-Puss Gary, that's what it's...
Yeah.
Didn't know it was you.
Didn't know it was me. And he comes up, proper, that's his Scottish accent, proper kicked in. And it was just like,
He was
oh,
angry
but can't you see what's going on? The door's falling off a taxi. And I'm just there staring at him, knowing it's Gary, because I saw everybody come out. So I was just like, yeah, this is definitely Gary.
But did he know what you look like at this
He
point?
didn't, you know,
Yeah, so he doesn't know
we'd
who-
only ever spoken to each other on Discord. So I'm there giggling, and I was like, Gary. And he just goes, Simon? And he's like, and I was just like, yes. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was just like, this
His
is
initial
comedy gold.
reaction
This
was
is,
like,
I'm going to
I'm gonna
fuck you
fight
up.
that guy.
Yeah.
Like, but I love it. The reality of things is like Simon would fuck Gary up. Like Simon would fuck most of SR up. Like, you know, he's just. Well, you explain a bit about like your judo.
Background. Yeah. So I'm a black belt in judo. I coach judo. I've competed nationally. I've done a bit of boxing, so I'm into all my martial
Like
arts.
he
and
knows
stuff.
his shit.
So,
like, you know.
But yeah. So, but I just keep it to myself. I don't.
Yeah,
sort of thing. That's,
Yeah. So and like Gary likes to think he knows a bit about judo. But like you school him every time. Like you let him know.
but vividly, I just remember it was just, he walked over proper Billy Bollocks,
Yeah.
so, arms out. All right, you can't see what's going on. We're having an issue over here, and I was like, all right, Gary. And as soon as he realised, completely just shut
Yeah,
down,
just stop.
relaxed. He's like, oh yeah, all right, so you're such a dick. I was
But
just
he
like,
can't relax too much if
No.
he did try to kill Kaif that same night. Like so,
but,
Yeah.
it was a certain level of relaxed, but he wasn't fully relaxed. Like he was probably still itching for a fight after that situation with you. He was like, "Well, I got to get someone now. All right, Kaif's out."
Because I found this all out afterwards because everyone was coming to my house for it.
Mm.
And I remember that I didn't know that he was down. But you guys all snuck him into my house.
Yeah, we hid him.
Snuck him into my computer room. And just led me like I think afterwards, just
Basically
led me
told you
towards
you had
the
a
door.
gift in the room. didn't
Yeah,
you?
you were like, oh, there's a gift in the room, and I was like, what the fuck? And the weirdest thing is though, is that a small part of me thought like either thought or knew it was Gary. And as soon as the door opened, I don't know if I jumped on him or if he jumped on me, and like wrapped, like you know when you wrap your legs around someone. And that was really nice. And then I found out the story of how he just broke in a taxi and almost fought Simon afterwards.
Well, I mean, it was definitely Harley that broke the taxi.
Oh, okay.
I'm certain.
I'm gonna blame Gary just anyway.
Yeah.
But then you also said that like earlier in the day, because you were keeping him distracted throughout the entire day, like you went to a card place and he almost started on the people there as well.
Oh yeah, so I had a card. I play a lot of like card games. And the one I played the most, I'm kind of falling out of it at the moment, is the Final Fantasy card game. So me and Glenn used to play, and we had a tournament on.
Yeah.
And they get quite full, and some guy like Gary was like watching my game, and some guy come past and like just squeezing through, and his shoulder hit Gary. And like the whole day, Gary was like, "I'll kick his fucking head in." And like he's nothing like that now. Like he's so chill now.
Yeah.
Do you remember the
Then
time?
he was just like, "I'll kill him."
Do you remember the time Gary tried to fight a Deliveroo rider?
Yeah. The exact
I wasn't
same
there
sort
at that
of
point. I
thing.
was
No,
on,
because it was only
on my way
because
up, but-
that were
The rider like
'Cause that was
walked
me-
past and rang his bell.
yeah. So
didn't he?
So it was me, Josh, Glenn.
Me.
I remember
You
what
were
set
in
him
the
off.
car because
No,
you
no,
were
no, it
because you
was
with
when
you
we were
with
walking.
You travelled up with me.
you come up with Dale.
Yeah,
So
the
we were
Deliveroo thing happened when we were walking.
no. So it was
I
we were
wasn't
walking
there
back
for
to the
the
car
delivery
for the
thing.
car park, and it was because he was the so what it was is we were walking back to the car. And the Deliveroo guy on the because this is where the running joke every time we saw a Deliveroo person after that we were like, calm down, Gary, don't get involved.
Because I remember turning up and that joke was ongoing. and
'cause-
you
Yeah,
guys had to
because
explain
Because
to
the
us.
rider would come up to
I think
him,
it was the same
and
time.
Gary
Okay.
was
You
sort of in the
travelled on
way.
the bus.
Yeah,
and
we
he was
were
like- the
we were
rider was
walking.
like, "Get out
we
the
were
way."
we were basically walking on we were walking on the pavement, obviously as you do. And this Deliveroo guy was coming towards us, and he was on the pavement where obviously he should have been on the road. And as he's like ringing his bell, get off the road, get out the way, sort of shit. And then we all moved out of the way, and then Gary literally just turned to him and he's like, "What'd you say?" And he was just like adamant to go, and we were all just like, "Come on, Gary!" But literally, the switch had flipped then, and it was we'd gone shopping to get because this is at one of the EGXs where we had it was a really nice setup for an apartment, but it was on a corner of like a dodgy
Oh, I remember the
dodgy
one, yeah.
estate,
Yeah.
and so we'd parked up. We'd got like food and stuff, and this was because he was so fuming that Glenn was opened the boot to get the bags out, and Gary was just like properly shoulder barge him out the way. I was like, "Get out the fucking way, Glenn. I'll do it properly." And literally like does a typical man, grabs all the bags, struggling with them to this apartment, dumps them all on the table, and that's where he goes off into the room and lies down. And it's
Yeah, I was
just,
gonna
it was
say-
just like,
I was
and that's
gonna
where
say,
everyone was like,
yeah.
"What the fuck
You had to have a
happened?"
lay down, didn't he?
You had to lie down
was-
to calm
yeah.
down. It was
He was so angry, and then we were like, "Oh, where is he?" And we went in and peeked in, and he's literally just lying on the floor, not on his bed.
Yeah, he was lying on
On
the
the
floor.
floor.
But then afterwards, he came out and he's like, "Hey, boys."
We went in and like bothered him.
He's like, "I feel
"Leave
better
me
now. I've
alone.
had to lay down."
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I need to lie down to feel better. Leave me alone."
Is this the same apartment that had like that window that just looked into the drywall on the other side?
Yeah.
yeah.
So much-
Yes.
You open the
Yeah.
blinds and it's just like the back of the other wall. Like, and I was like,
It was like a little like.
You had about
shelf
an
in it.
inch, didn't you? Of like it
Yeah.
went up to
And
like
then it was
out
just the
plasterboard.
plasterboard.
Weird.
Yeah, that was really strange. Like I remember because I walked in with Gaz.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Gaz, should we have a look at the garden?" He's like, "Yeah." We pulled up the blinds, and it was you could see the internals of the wall.
Yeah, the wiring was literally going down.
Because
the
isn't that on,
outside.
that's,
We were like,
it's on the VOD, is it? It's on like the
Yeah, it
IRL
is.
video
When
you
you,
did, wasn't it? And
yeah,
we were
yeah,
like,
is it?
get ready to record this, and he like walks in, and he's like, and Gaz is like, "Oh, ready to see my lovely view?" It's just a piece of drywall.
Yeah, it's in an EGX vid. Yeah.
that was, but yeah,
Fair, fair.
That was the same time we played. Was it Code Names?
yeah, we played
Yeah,
Code
we played
Names.
Code
And I
Yeah.
remember
We
that.
had a big argument over that one.
Well, I
We
remember
brought
it because
Magic
I was
the Gathering, didn't
on.
we?
I was on the team
Crowning.
that was about to
Crown
win,
in king.
and I was
Crown.
on Glenn's team, and we were literally about to win. We were like one thing off, and Glenn, out of the blue, without having really done anything, lost us the game immediately by
Finding
it was
Hitman.
basically, yeah, it was basically like all these cards there, and if you like you you just choose them as you go along. And if you choose one particular card out of like the 30 odd or something, you lose the game instantly.
But like the argument happened because once your finger touches a card, you have selected it.
Yeah.
And Glenn went, that one.
Yeah, he
Like,
literally went. He did nothing all game, then just randomly went boosh.
Yeah, he was
didn't
trying,
talk to
but
us.
I think he was trying to say to the boys. He went, I think it's that one, and he put his finger on it, and we were like,
"You locked in."
You've locked in the card, Glenn. He was like, nah.
If I remember, we were sat there discussing which card we should take.
Yeah.
Like which one we should choose and everything like that. And we'd been discussing for a little while. Then Glenn just randomly went,
Yes, it's that one.
And we were like,
Game
I
over.
flipped her over, game over. And I was so angry.
So
I was so mad.
And I think
we lost it.
I think Gary lost his temper as well because basically in code names you have to give a word in order to
Word. It's a word. It's a word.
yeah, it was crowning. So there are words all over the board, right? And each of the team leader has words that they want their team to select, but they just can't tell them the word. So they have to give them a word that's similar. And it's better if you can give a word that describes one or more of the words you want them to find. So I think it was like we had said crowning.
Yeah.
And that I don't know what the word would have been for that. Was it like
I think it was like king. It was like something. It was something to do with royalty. So
it
it
would
was
be
like
like king, and it might have been toilet,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
And Gary did not associate crowning with
Toilet.
yeah.
Wait, was
with
it
like
him who gave who had to guess it, or we had to guess it?
So-
He gave that because I thought he gave the word, and
Yeah.
we were like,
And you had to guess, yeah. So I think
Yeah, we were like,
Gary
what
was
the
like
fuck is this? And he was
crowning
like,
as, and
it's so
he
obvious.
typically went through like the sort of like royalty stuff. So
Yeah.
you'd look and be okay, there's a crown or there's a king, and you'd be like, oh, cool, it's got to be something around that. But then Glenn's mind went to, oh, crowning, he's having a shit, he is. So
yeah.
toilet.
But more specifically, Gary said 2 words, crown. So that means he's saying crown, and there's 2 words he wants you to find. So once we had said, king, you have to go looking through the deck of whichever one we thought it was going to be. And Glenn had immediately gone, he's taking a dump.
Toilet.
He had gone for toilet, and Gary had just lost it. He's like, crowning, no, that's when you're having a baby. Which, yeah. But, it's like turtle heading,
turtle head, yeah. You call it crowning as well when you dump's like fucking this is getting out. Look,
It's coming, but it's like it won't quite come out.
see, there's so many times where I don't miss pre-puss Gary, but there's some little times where I'm like, he was fun, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was fun just because of the shenanigans that happened. Because you can guarantee whenever you went anywhere with him, you would have a good time because something would happen.
Because he'd get angry at something.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just laugh at him, really, wouldn't we?
He's a lot chiller now.
Yeah.
It's
lot
mad.
nicer
He's
now.
done a massive 180.
Wild.
Like it is insane.
He's such a pussy.
There's
now,
something
actually.
that ejaculating does for men, isn't it?
He's living in a constant state of post nut clarity. Like I can't wait to get him on here just to like talk about his past, like what wronged you and what changed.
But it makes you think, right? Pre-puss Gary must have never jacked it.
No,
He had to be in a complete state of
Walking
testosterone.
around with the heaviest sack in existence.
Hey, Gary, how heavy were your balls pre-puss?
I don't know. I think it was probably just like a mix of things that did it. Because he definitely jacked her a lot. Because I remember him talking about the whole stranger thing. You know, when you like lean on your hand so it goes numb. I remember him mentioning stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. It was literally a metamorphosis. He's a completely different person now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's reached enlightenment.
It is nice, even if he is a bit of a wet wipe now.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
So
Shit hit the fan, he'd be back.
Mate, he's going to be sad here, grinning away at most of the stories and then getting fucking sad again.
yeah, he's gonna like
does
listen
it.
to this. Like
Gary's
oh,
gonna
we've got it.
roller coaster, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's gonna be laughing at stories, and you're gonna bring up a story about Gary, and he's
Yeah.
gonna go,
He would have definitely, like, when we first brought him up, gone, oh my God, yeah, oh my God, it's me. And then he hears taxi and he goes, oh. He hears a suffocation. Oh. Almost knocking time out. Oh. Bumping the guy.
no, he's definitely gonna go, no, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, Gary, I almost passed out.
He definitely, like 100%, started this when he heard his name, like up here, like, oh, and then as more and more things happen, he sunk slower and like lower and lower in his chair.
As we beat him with a stick. Like.
He's basically touching the floor now for how embarrassed he is.
It's good though. It's good.
love
We
him,
have
man.
had class times. I do love Gary. Like he slotted into the group so well.
It's really nice that he started as a fan of our group, like a really, really huge fan.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, isn't it?
And then
He
joined in. And
Gary
and now
DM'd
he's-
me in WoW and was like, all right, pal. I'm like a huge fan of your videos. I'm from Scotland. If you ever need like a healer, I got this gear score. And I went, oh, he's got good gear.
Yeah.
Let's get him in,
You
boys.
got good gear. You're in, pal.
See, we've had a running joke with him for ages where we said about how he was a massive fanboy before he joined, and he's adamant he wasn't. He just saw a guild that wanted people and joined. But
Mate,
we roasted
he
him.
you've got him,
DM'd me.
man.
He
He's
DM'd
DM'd
me
you,
in
man.
WoW saying, I've seen your videos.
100% was a huge
Gary been
fanboy.
caught out, lad.
Huge fanboy.
He didn't
massive.
find an advertisement in like general chat
It
or
was like
something.
Reddit or something. I think we put her up.
Yeah, but like he DM'd me
Yeah.
in game and specifically said, "Seen your videos. If you need a healer, I'm down for it."
Oh god, I still remember how long it took me to realize why his name was Palaga.
All right, pal.
Well, it's because he's a paladin.
Paladin
Gary
Gary,
the
Gary
Paladin.
the paladin, and Palaga, and I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And then you go, "That's shit."
It literally took, it
Garbage
took
name.
years for me to realize. It was only when I think he said, and I was like, oh my god. He was like, how did you not know? I'm like, I don't know. If your name was Monk Guy, I'd probably get it, but no, Palaga.
Palaga.
Just Gary your Paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we've gone kind of through the majority of people, how you've met them. Like, obviously, a bunch of the other people within SR that have come through WoW and stuff, you just kind of met when everyone's met.
Yeah.
So, just a quick one before we move on to one last thing. But, like, do you have, well, like, we've done it anyway, so we won't go through a lot, but do you have, like, a particularly favorite moment or favorite game that you kind of played with SR?
Definitely the early day raids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Warlords or
100%.
Mists or-
Was Miss was before, wasn't it? Wasn't it like Mop Kata then Warlords?
No, it was Warlords.
Kata Mists,
No,
Warlords.
Kata Warlord Mists.
No,
Oh, wait, no. Oh,
no.
shit. No, I'm wrong.
It's
I'm
Kata
wrong, I'm
Mist
wrong.
Warlord.
Kata Mists, Warlord.
My bad.
Because I didn't play.
So I'm trying-
Mists, we
Oh, God,
did
I always thought it was the other way around.
Throne of Thunder.
Yeah.
I always remember Throne of
Yeah,
Thunder.
because
It was
those
so good.
the origins of 50k.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Which is
Or do you want to
surprising
explain
it's come back
50K?
now as well.
so.
Or do you want us to explain 50k?
Let's give him a chance.
This is,
Okay.
Oh, I can explain this really well. I was absolute garbage at playing a mage back in the like proper garbage back in the day.
Garbage at playing anything, mate.
Nah. no, because
That's
no, this is
Oh, I know.
no, this is no, this.
We've established that I'm crap at
We'll
WoW.
tell the full story. So
Oh,
I
here
wasn't
we go.
I wasn't garbage at everything. I used to be a disciplined priest, but because of back in the
yeah.
day, your shields counted as healing, and you could cast your shields on fully healed players because obviously the shield would go through first. Josh got really pissed off that I was always topping the meters with shields because it counts as healing done, even though technically you're not actually healing. So everything that because he was healing at the time and whatnot, every time he'd heal, obviously it would be over healing and it wouldn't count and all that malarkey.
Mate, he could not handle
And
it.
he was absolutely pissed. And I think that was a day, was it like cow or something? There was like one of the cooldowns, I can't remember what it was. And it was just like an absolute massive shield. And I would always, if I started dropping down, I'd be like, oh, I'll just pop that 2-minute cooldown, like, and then straight back to the top. And it would literally come to the point, it's like, no, I can't play Disc Priest anymore.
It kept him awake at night, didn't it?
It
Like
literally
he could not handle
bug-
that
it
Simon
was-
effortlessly was at the top of the charts for healing.
That's so bad. Like Josh is such.
I love it though.
Wow, we've gone back to that segment. Oh
but
my
it's,
god.
but that's just it's him. He's
I mean,
that's,
this is
that's why,
another
that's
story of
why,
Josh
that's
being
why I
bad.
love him.
Whenever we like discussed healing, we're like, we need the healers to do better. Josh like, well, we'd do better if Simon actually healed. And Simon's like, on top of the charts. He says, bubble.
So anyway, that's when I went to DPS and I was like, oh, I'm gonna play mage, like how they looked, and I was shit. Like literally, I think back then it was
what
like
did you spec? Like which Frost?
I think it was
Arcane, wasn't it?
I can't remember if it was Frost or
You
Arcane.
can't be
I probably
shit at
would've
Arcane.
said-
Can you?
I probably
pre-
would've said
I thought
Frost.
I think
at
it was
the time
Frost.
It was Frost.
Frost was a little more difficult than Arcane. Arcane
In
was
Mr. Pandaria,
one
it
button
was
luck.
fire was the top spec for a while.
Probably.
And
well,
it's
fire
probably
is
the
usually
same.
top. spec
Anyway,
and
it doesn't
fire.
matter. Whatever one it was either Frost or Arcane.
Well, we should say what the average DPS was in the raid. It was about 90 to 100k.
90
right?
to 100k, and I was averaging in at 47 to 50. So I was literally half of everybody, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I was just like, I don't fucking know. I'm playing this side. First time playing it. We had that mage at the time. One of those randomers who was always joining us.
And was like top DPS.
Was always
right?
top DPS, and he's just like, oh my god, you're shit at this game, blah blah blah. But obviously, and that's where the running joke of 50k come from, because I was
50K.
only doing 50k, and hence why now I'm playing my
And then
my
you
mage
started
on
naming
classic.
some characters 50k, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So my
those
mage
characters
now
called
is my mage now gone back to old school, and that's Mr. 50k. And we were laughing the other week because it was just like getting close to it, and it's just like, oh, he's actually done 50,000 damage this whole boss fight, and it's just like,
Well, I think that's good.
I
But it was like
50k
wow,
is
that's
decent
surprising.
where you are now.
yeah,
right?
exactly. But it was good.
So it's a good thing to be
It's
called
like
50k.
50k
in this
overall
situation.
damage now, whereas that was DPS back then.
yeah,
All
That's for the
yeah. But it was
50K
definitely
count.
those original raids. Well, most of them were pre-stream when they
Yeah.
get
Mate,
into the
there was
swing
a
of
time.
things.
was.
There was a time you were really, really bad at League, right? And it
Oh, I remember the book.
Oh,
I have the image. Like the image is going on
Oh my
screen.
God.
But you were really, really bad at League, and I know what the problem is because you used to lay in bed. With
Yes,
and you didn't play with a keyboard.
Hun-
All of your spells were on the side of your mouse.
Yeah,
on your bed.
I literally played. 100%. So I was.
So what's different now? Why is he still so bad?
The general player base has probably got better. That's what it is.
So this was when my PC used to be my TV screen. So my PC was hooked up to my TV, and I would always be in bed.
You
So
lay in bed for the games,
for WoW and stuff, obviously I'd like sit up against my backboard of the bed, have my keyboard on my waist, and have my mouse on the mouse
Sitting
pad.
up wasn't doing much for you.
But such a twat. Better than you at all these games, pal. So.
I'm better than you in League now.
But now, but then
play more.
playing League, I was literally vertical, like flat out lying down with just my hand by my side with my mouse, and I was just like, because this is when we're playing like from like 8 p.m. till 3 o'clock in the morning.
And most of the characters in League at the time did
Was
not
so
have.
simple.
They did not have much to them. It was like, here's your skill that goes forward. Here's your skill you click and it blows up in that area.
Yeah,
This is the
point
skill
click.
you press and it automatically gives you a shield. And here's your ult, which is just a stack up.
That picture you're putting up is the one with the tear, isn't it?
I
The
still
Book of
have it.
Feeders. I remember seeing
Book of
it
Feeders,
on
yeah.
the Reddit and I was like, I can Photoshop Simon's face onto that guy.
Yeah.
I remember
And it was
that
literally
as
like-
well. That was so funny.
It was like a shoddy Photoshop. But
No, it was
I remember
brilliant,
because we
though.
looked at it and we went, the back of that guy's head looks like Simon. We can Photoshop Simon in the second image.
But it's not just that we'd done this or Kaif had done this. Simon got angry.
I got fucking
Simon
fuming.
was unhappy with this. Like,
I really fall out as well. Like literally,
you never get angry. You never argue with anyone. Like you've probably had the least arguments with people throughout. Like
No, normally,
you
if
know,
I get
yeah,
pissed,
that
I will
does go.
literally just mute myself for about
You-
5
yeah.
minutes and then straight
You're
back
very
in. but-
much like a mediator within
Yeah.
SR. But like this was like one of the few times we were like we pissed Simon off.
Because
Like,
I remember, right, because like our banter was kind of tame back then.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
now
Oh.
I'd Photoshop the shit out of you guys
Yeah,
and
yeah,
dump it
yeah.
on you. But I remember making the file. I was like, Dale, are we sure we're gonna post this? Dale's like, yeah.
Because he just had like a bad game basically. didn't he?
Yeah,
you had a-
Just had
you
one
had a
really
bad
bad
game where you went something like 0-15.
Yeah.
But he was pissed off anyway from that bad game. So like it was just the bad attitude
Yeah, we're
from
gonna
that.
lay it
with
on.
something thrown on top. We were like,
It was
yeah,
so
let's get
good.
everybody
It was.
down.
But it's one of those
Like-
things. Looking back at it, you're just like, yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Our banter back then was really quite tame, and then we got to a point where it was really not tame, and like we were rough.
Yeah.
Like we were really bad.
We
on
went
each
we went
other.
from
and then it like
it was shitty banter, then we went to the point where we were like, this is fucking harsh banter.
Yeah.
And
I
I
remember
was like a happy
as well,
medium.
because
Sometimes.
I feel quite bad because I remember, I don't know if I misremember this or not, but I remember Tom getting really angry at me because like I don't know if it was because I sort of joined or something, but he really didn't like it that like this banter got really harsh, and he kind of blamed her on me for that.
It's because your
And I just
banter
didn't-
back then was like,
Really
I'm
bad.
never gonna stop.
Yeah.
No matter how much you tell me to stop, I'm not gonna stop.
Back then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like,
I'm way better
when
now.
Sam does it now, he's trying to make you laugh. When Sam did it back then, he was trying to annoy you.
Yeah.
That was like season. That was like season.
Season 2.
2, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
season 2. Fuck, that was the. God, we've been playing games for ages.
Remind me to get that image 'cause I think I got a plug in an old PC for that. Actually, no,
Yeah.
I might have it on my USB.
We probably have
That's
it
so
in one of
good.
the Discord.
It would have been in Drain
deleted
Nights, which you
Discord.
deleted.
Yeah,
True.
old guild.
Would we
We
have
don't
not
talk
have
about that.
posted it?
I don't.
Those
I
will
might have
not be
posted it at
named.
some point.
Maybe.
But I've got it on USB, I'm sure,
Okay.
or at least I've got my some stuff.
Just go
that I
back
saved.
and read it for yours.
I remember the Book of Feeders. Holy shit.
I think it's just because our banter back then is that if we thought someone was like a bit of a dick, like nowadays we just try to like, avoid them or like kick them out or whatever. But back then it was
We
like,
don't kick people out. Clary's still around.
but we do kick people now, and we, try not to make things worse with them. But back then it's like if we didn't like someone, the
They
banter was
fucking know
gonna be
about it.
we're gonna make them explode,
Yeah,
and we're gonna go out of our way for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I kind of miss
Yeah, and definitely.
Nah, I
All
don't.
that, but you couldn't have
I
that content
don't.
on any of the channels we haven't.
I don't miss it because I remember like times where like somebody was the target of the week or something, and like they would get it rough, and there was times where it wasn't me, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm so glad it's not me." Because it was harsh. Like you'd see someone else getting in, you're like, yeah, pile in.
But
And
we
then it was
never,
on you and you were
we
off.
never once thought like, fuck, it sucks when it's us. Like maybe we should go easy on him. We were always
Yeah.
just like, thank fuck it's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking have him.
That's
Maybe like-
exactly it. It's like it's not my turn. Let's go. Let's get my
Yeah, we're
links
like,
in. Let's
I've
go.
had
Let's go.
mine. I've had mine. You're having yours.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you kind of deserve it. Like,
But now we're like so much better.
Oh, mate, back
nice.
then, right? If somebody had gone in on me and like I had got upset, the next time around for them, it was
Doubling
like,
down.
I'm absolutely going to be at the forefront of this.
I'm going
you
all in,
always
Captain.
have like one person that you remember being the worst within your turn, like,
Yeah.
and then you want them to have it.
You want
worst
them to
when
suffer.
It comes round to them, like. Honestly, we were fucking horrible.
We were
group of
dicks.
friends,
We
like,
were all.
I mean,
You wouldn't think we were friends back then when
No.
the stuff we were saying to each other, and but as I said,
Yeah,
we all pretty much took it on the chin, and we were just like,
yeah.
But
yeah, we know. Yes, I'm a dick. As you said, you get pissed off, and then after you go for a walk, you cool down, like, and then
Like-
you come back in. And,
when I get called stuff, like it happens in the school I work in, I get called things and whatnot, and like it doesn't get under my skin, and just like they're saying stuff, but I literally say to the kids like, "You haven't heard the things my mates have called me. There is nothing you can say to me that will touch me." I tell them that straight. Like I was like, "There is nothing you can say to me. Like my friends have called me worse than this. My friends have treated me worse than this." At times thinking like, "Why am I calling them friends?"
The kids will turn around and go, "Why are they your friends?"
Yeah.
sir?" And you're like, "I don't know."
Yeah, but look, like you're in school now, and these kids can't get to you.
Yeah. So you,
So-
you
We did
We-
that.
yeah,
we've all
we built
hard-
this skin
yeah.
up for you.
between like you guys and like the other friendship group I had, like it's like I have a tough skin. Like I will sit through anything. But the problem with having tough skin then is you assume that everyone has tough skin.
yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go too hard on some people. Like I can get quite relentless, and then
Yeah.
I forget that like, oh, this isn't the same group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe I should ease up on them.
As they walk off crying,
Yeah,
you're just
I
like,
know.
oh shit, maybe I should.
Like you absolutely rinse somebody, and then you go, "Oh fuck." They like nobody's used to this kind of shit.
Yeah. Like not everyone is used to just being treated like shit.
Or like you go in on them, and their face is kind of like,
You know when you've done like you've gone too
and
far.
you're like,
you've done
"Oh
wrong.
shit, I've hurt this person."
Yeah. So it's just knowing like the happy medium and like when to kind of go for it.
I'm so glad we're not like that now. I know. I was just saying, "Oh, they're good." Nah, it was exhausting.
Should we guess I'm later like all going on him?
It's what?
Oh, nothing.
You know, I'm gonna hear this back when I watch it. Right?
It's fine. You probably won't watch it tonight.
He's still gonna watch it.
Yeah, no, but if we get him tonight,
Oh yeah.
I'm just not gonna spend time with you tonight.
We're coming for that booty.
Oh, nice.
he lives closer.
Thank God.
Well,
Fuck
that's
yeah,
still
boy,
already.
let's go.
Already asked him like, why do you think I invited him on the podcast?
I thought Josh would have picked you.
Nobody likes me in this group. It's really, do they?
Yeah,
This
why
is-
didn't you
this
leave
is-
when you
yeah,
put that
this
message
is-
in the other day?
This is my formal resignation from SR. It's lovely to
Did
give
you
you my
see that?
story.
What?
When he put a message in, I was like, after a bit of thinking, I'm gonna leave as soon as I don't fit in with everything.
And nobody
replied.
answered. And they're starting another conversation. Now
I
it's
was
just
sat in the voice chat
And
with him
we-
and nobody replied, and we were all just laughing.
Fucking whoops.
Right. So
we like you, Simon.
let's jump forward here because we've been just chatting at shit for like a good while. Yeah, we're gonna do 2 truths and a lie, which was suggested to me by a viewer, and I thought it'd be quite fun to do.
Do you want to do me before I forget mine?
I'll do
Yeah,
you.
we'll start with you. Like,
I still don't have a lie.
you can literally make it up. Like,
I know, but there's nothing that's like.
It doesn't have to be true.
Yeah, but there's nothing that's good, like, you know. Anyway,
So mine are quite dirty. I feel like you guys would
days.
struggle with the dirty stuff.
I've kind of gone the same thing, trying to get them so close that one of them you're going to be trying to catch you up.
Okay,
do you
here
mean
we go.
dirty as in like,
The dirty.
Yeah, let's hear them.
as in rough, that like, as in we're not gonna guess, or are they like sexual?
They're just sexual.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Josh has kissed my dick.
Definitely true.
Me and Penny have had a competition to see who can come the furthest.
Definitely true.
And 2 girls took me to a bed, stripped off naked, and I did nothing with them.
Oh, I know this one.
I reckon the kiss on the dick is wrong.
I think I know this one anyway.
I reckon the kiss on the dick is a lie.
right. So let's go like 1, 2, or 3. Yeah.
You can ask questions about it if you want.
No, I don't think I need to.
Yeah?
No.
Fair.
So
You can ask questions.
hold on. So Josh kissed you on the dick.
Yep.
Can I ask you where on the dick he kissed?
On the shaft, on the top.
That makes it fit.
I
sound
wasn't-
more feasible.
It would be a little bit weird. Okay, it is already weird, right?
If he kissed,
it would be a
it'd be
little
weird
bit-
if he kissed the tip. But no, he kissed the shaft, so it's all good.
Well, there's a little bit of a disconnect from the head of your penis to the shaft of your penis. The head of the penis is
The head.
I love you. The shaft of the penis is like banter.
Okay. So
All right, and Kai, get out. I'm going to come kiss you on the shaft.
I'm gonna just ask you to elaborate some of them. So like, I'm gonna leave the 2 girls going naked. You did nothing, right?
Mhm.
At the moment. With the Josh one,
Mhm.
was there a reason? Was there a bet?
There was a reason my penis was out. Yeah.
But the kiss.
The kiss was completely improvised. Yeah. That was took me by surprise kind of moment.
It took me by
Okay,
succumb.
okay. So what about?
See, how long did it take you guys to come?
That's how the pay you were.
That's what I was going for. I was gonna ask him who won the coming competition.
Not long enough.
So who won? Who got the furthest?
I remember. I think it was Penny.
How did this come about?
Come about.
Let's go.
When it
Did you
comes to
plan it beforehand?
no, when it comes to Penny, it's like
Everything.
It's in the moment.
Everything was a spit of the moment.
so. He
quite
was
the moment.
like, right. Do you want to see who can come the furthest? He was like pretty straight about it. I was like, go on then. And he was like, it wasn't as bad as you think. It wasn't like we were kneeling together at the same time. It was like, you have to be kneeled at the end of the bed. Right, by the way, we came onto my bed.
And Penny turned around going, this may get a little bit
I
difficult.
left the room.
Maybe hard.
Penny came. I came back into the room. Penny left. I came. And I'm pretty sure Penny won.
So you didn't see him come?
No.
What if he cheered?
he just picks it up on his finger and then wipes it
Do
off.
you want to know
He could have gone anywhere on the bed.
that was actually one of my first thoughts. He might have cheated, like walked up a little bit, spat on a point. To be like,
It's been
"That's where I did."
15 years and I've never suspected he might have cheated.
He's got a time frame, so this could
So
be
you
true.
did this when you were 15.
Yeah.
It could be true.
When did the kiss on the dick happen?
Also 15.
When did the third one happen?
18.
I'm setting my answer.
He's just gone for a legal age there.
See, I think number 3's a lie, actually.
Yeah? You can ask
And
questions about it.
look,
I don't need to. Actually, I think number 2's a lie. I'm going to stick with that.
I think number 2 is a lie.
so you think
Come in.
No, I think Josh kissing his dick is a lie.
It's between the two of those for me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've heard the Penny story before, where I think I would have heard the
Can I
Josh.
change my answer?
Go on then.
Can I just go with the kiss on the penis is a lie?
I'm going to stick with number 2.
I feel like I've heard the kiss on the penis.
I've heard a lot of
Lock in your
stories.
answers.
I've heard a lot of stories
I-
with Kaif getting his dick out,
I
and that
can't
one
tell
has
you-
never.
I
And
can't tell you the context of number 1.
I'm going number one.
Number 2 is
I'm
fake.
going number 2.
Yeah. Number 1 is fake.
Because I know what
You know what he actually did. Yeah, he slapped my penis like as a
Yeah,
trampoline.
I
so-
know that happened, but I was like,
Oh, okay.
I should have stuck with my gut.
Okay, so
'Cause honestly, I was like, I
Let's
think that's
move
too
this
gay
back
even
a
for
touch.
Josh.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I don't think put it past him.
So
yeah, I thought
we have some leftovers from the office stream. It's
Oh,
the
God.
Bean Boozled. We don't know if we're gonna bat. Let's bring this back.
at least you're only having one. Like you don't
So
know
who lost? Was it Sam? Was it?
Dale and Sam because you got them.
Sam
I was the
and
only
me.
one going right. So
Oh,
I
okay.
don't-
I was gonna change and then I went back.
You know what's
we
weird
said
after
million.
that? None of you questioned number 2.
Well, we did.
Yeah, I mean, after that, you didn't go, I'm shocked.
I'm not.
You're just like, okay, fair enough, Penny.
you went. It was Paney. and I
Paney
went,
was
"Oh,
involved. You said it earlier.
Yeah.
Paney's
You
involved,
literally
and
went, it
therefore,
was
like,
Paney, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
you know, it
We
could be
literally said
unfair.
it earlier in this. Paney could do anything. And we were, yeah, all right.
We're gonna take these Bean Boozled, try these Bean Boozled, and see what kind of flavors we get. Do you want to take a pick first? We've
Yeah,
double
whatever.
checked; these are vegetarian. I hope.
all it means,
I hope.
The
All
boss
it-
says nothing, so we're fine.
all it means is I'm gonna be shitting even worse tonight. Wait, we didn't actually get out. I just
Yeah,
stuck it
yeah.
in my mouth.
Oh, no, you can do yours first if you want. I don't know where I've got.
Nah, that's bad.
But
Nah.
you gotta eat it.
You gotta eat it.
serious?
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on,
yeah.
hold
What
on.
is, oh, you got
Yeah, there's a bad one.
rotten egg.
Yeah, I thought that's
You
what
gotta
it
do. You gotta do a blimmin'. What was it? Century egg. Anyway, you may as well get.
Yeah, that's.
was. Smell it.
I don't know if it was your hands over there.
Well, I mean, whatever the spit is on there,
No, it did smell like rotten egg.
that's actually awful.
The one I've got.
Just swallow it. Just swallow it.
You got it?
That was actually disgusting. That was awful.
Should we keep going until we get a bad one?
No, I
Nah.
just had a bad
No,
one.
because this is
Okay. So I've got.
the gift that keeps on giving.
He's gonna burp tonight and
It's
throw
stuck
up
in my
from it.
teeth.
Yeah, I've got either spoiled milk or coconut. So
It tastes like neither.
I think I just don't like the taste of coconut. You know? It's certainly not spoiled milk. I can tell you that much. No, it's coconut. It's going to be better. I was like, it's too sweet for spoiled milk. Spoiled milk. Yeah. So, unlucky Sam. Why did I throw it? I'm not going to get him back. Who wants to go next? You're going to be sick.
Nah, I'm holding back.
I'm holding back.
Have you got
Disgusting.
I've got mine.
stories for us?
Yeah, I got mine. I wrote them down so I didn't forget them. I just got to jiggle up the order. All right. So, option 1. I put deep heat on my bollocks because I didn't think it would be that bad. Option 2. I've got a fine for dangerous driving. And option 3 is I've driven home after one of our parties after drinking a litre of vodka.
God damn. Well, I definitely don't want that one to be true.
The issue is I know how he is after a party. And because of that, I feel like I need to guess the number 3 is the lie. And I really hope it's the lie because this is going on the internet. And that's a criminal offense.
I'm going to... I think I don't know, I think I've heard the story. You put deep heat on your balls.
I think I was there for the vodka.
I know what I
That's
was.
the problem. And like, maybe he's having us on and like, oh, it's not actually a liter. But
What was number
Yeah,
2
it was
again?
just 5 ciders.
5 ciders. I don't think percentage wise. Number 2 was I've been ticketed for dangerous driving.
How much did the ticket cost you?
Oh, that was blimmin' £100, something like that.
How many points you get?
Hmm?
How many points?
Only 3.
Yeah.
It's all right, isn't it?
Just telling the truth. I've had one.
first one was deep heat on the balls.
I'm going to say number 3.
Number 2's a lie.
You reckon?
Mm.
He correctly said the amount for the fine and the points you get. What was the fine if you didn't do it within 30 days?
Oh, fuck knows. I can't remember that.
Do you know how many points?
No. Oh, this was like when I first was driving, boy racer mode in it. In my 1.6 litre Golf, wasn't it?
How long did it take him to give you the letter?
Fuck, he did drive like a madman in that thing, actually. He drove. The first time I got in the car with Simon, I was two-handing the fucking handle of cop. Like.
It was both Simon and Josh that drove the same.
But I'm telling you right now,
Were they
Simon
both
was worse than Josh.
Really?
He was crazy.
I remember
Them
you used to
corners
race each
would-
other all the time.
There was no reason to slow down in a corner, apparently. Like, you would just...
I always remember being in Josh's car and being like, I'm dying tonight.
Yeah, I knew Josh's was bad
Yeah.
until I got into Simon's, and he picked me and Harley up for the cinema, and I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, what is...
Oh, down there. Those are my roads, though, weren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Like,
I
because
think
you
I've
knew
been
it,
worse than Josh
like-
and Simon, though. Like, used to drive about 80 or 90 down
I know,
the
got
country
it, got them.
lanes.
Luke did that. You said, didn't you? Like, picked you up from the airport or something?
Luke?
Going through... Yeah, Glenn's brother. I remember you and Glenn were in the car with Luke. And he was driving like a madhead down country lanes really late at night. Or something.
Yeah, my mate would go down the country lanes, like 80 or 90. And the only reason he would go that speed was because he assumed he would see headlights if something was coming. And he used to flash going around corners, but like, I'm
It's
dying.
too late at that point.
It's like, I'm dying.
It was a running joke with Josh where anytime I got in his car, I was like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm not reaching the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I say running joke. It's not really much of a joke, is it?
Nope.
Where I'm like fucking praying every single time.
Well, you got to take the piss out of mate that they're a dangerous driver in the hopes that they go, fuck, I might be a dangerous driver.
Yeah, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help with Josh. The only
Yeah.
reason Josh has got better is because he's got a son now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what could it be? Is it the dangerous
I think
driver
three.
one? You think
Or I
number
hope it's
three?
number 3.
I do hope it's number 3, Simon.
I think it's number one. Then number one's a lie.
Which one was number
Right,
one?
so
Did
Simon-
you think Deep Heat?
Yeah.
Sam's gone with 3 and Dale's gone with 1.
And you think driving intoxicated
So I'm-
is a lie?
just to go, I'm going to go number 2. So one of us is definitely losing. Well,
2 of us are losing.
2 of us definitely losing now.
I have never been fined for dangerous driving.
Yeah, let's go.
I get away with
I
that
said
shit.
that earlier.
I get away with that
I
shit.
said that earlier. I was away. I was like, surely not, like, 'cause he still drives like a twat.
Fuck, you got the fine right and everything.
Yeah.
Shit.
I made that shit up on the
Let's
spot
do
this
again,
time.
yeah. Oh god. damn.
Wait, that means you've driven your car after a litre of vodka.
I
Simon.
have. That was.
Yeah, I wrote the party. I
Right,
remember.
Simon, turn to the camera and tell our viewers not to do that.
Do not do that.
It's bad.
It is bad.
Also, don't dangerous
And
drive.
don't
The
dangerous
only
drive. That is bad.
reason I went for number 3 was because I was like, I hope this is false.
I remember it because we were all drunk. But I remember being like, didn't a lot of us fall asleep?
Yeah.
And then you were like, you just
I
fucked
just
off.
can't be asked.
Yeah.
Like I just want
You
to go.
just left, like.
Because I remember.
And we the next day we were like drove
the
home last
the
night.
best thing was about it. Well, I can still remember everything. So like obviously I drank a lot, but I
liter of vodka,
I
yeah.
wasn't like. I know everybody says I wasn't drunk, but obviously I can still remember everything vividly. It's not like I can't remember a moment of it because Josh actually tried to lock us all in because he knew the state we were in. And he was so drunk that I went to him. I was like, so he put a
What are you doing,
bike chain. So it's like one of those ones you do like this and you clip it and it's got like a code on it. And I remember he was so pissed that he put it on the door and he went for a piss and I just shouted to him to the door. I was like, oh, Josh, what's the code for the chain? He was like, oh, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was like, cheers, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Just
And I'm
fucking
done.
left.
The thing is, I remember that.
I don't.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
No, I remember it because I think
'Cause
we must have gone for
remember us all
breakfast the
being
next
like,
day
Yeah.
because it was just standard for us to go for a breakfast the next day.
That is-
Like, what the fuck?
We were all like,
It's-
with Simon gone, like, and he met us for breakfast, and we were just kind of like, why the fuck did you drive? like you were steaming, like, and obviously you'd had time to sober up because everyone gone asleep, and you just kind of like
I just chilled. I think
Chilled
that
for a
was
bit.
it. We were watching
couldn't
because
sleep.
everybody was like, this was like, so the party had finished, say, like 2 o'clock, and this like I'll say 1, 2, and this was like 5.
Yeah,
So like I not as I said, alcohol was still in my system, but I was just
Yeah.
like, I can walk. I could
do this.
I could do this.
The false confidence. Actually, no, he was pretty confident, and he smashed it. Apparently, he didn't die. But don't do it.
weird because you could have walked home. It's not like you live.
It's not.
far.
I mean, it was. I think that's the other thing is because it was literally around the corner.
It still would
it's
have
not-
taken like an hour opposed to like
It's because it went through the lanes though, so it was only like
yeah.
So it's
Yeah, because it was in the flat at the time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But yeah,
fucking idiots. That's what you do when you're an idiot though, innit?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You're an idiot.
Don't do that, kids.
don't do that. Sam, have you got your stories?
No, you got to eat shit first.
Fuck. Thought you were going with that one. And I wanted that.
This is why I tried to make it so close. I wanted you to get it wrong. Kaif was a smart one and thought, you know what? Well,
Do you want me to pick a few this time?
No.
Well, pick me one as well.
come to think of the end of the day, it might not even been early try. We'll say 2 drinks.
Thanks. That's fine. You picked the wrong one last time. I feel like you might get the right one this time.
I'm gonna go for it.
No, I'll get the other one because that could be vomit.
It's spotty. It's
They're
fucking
both
spotty.
spotty, mate.
But mine just like well, that looks tasty.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, is that coconut or sperm milk again though?
No. This
I was-
is birthday cake or dish soap, I think.
Oh,
It's
dish
fine.
soap
I
ain't that
was
bad.
eating you remember the cherry soap sweets?
Yeah.
Oh,
other day.
from the corner shop.
Yeah. My sister works in like a sweet shop.
So,
I bought some.
I think the choices are dead fish or booger.
Get dead fish.
I've
So
had
is it
the,
actually like fish oil? or
oh,
something?
mate,
don't
I had the
know.
dead fish. Good luck. If it's dead fish, good luck.
Are you sure you want me to have this one?
Nah,
I
that's
want
fine.
to have
I'll have this. It doesn't
Di-
matter.
Dirty dishwater.
Oh.
That can taste bad.
Right, do you
It
want
doesn't
to go first
fuck-
this time?
How
Yeah?
dirty are the dishes?
He's gonna have the nice one.
Fucking birthday cake.
Nice.
So what's the nice one that you can get?
Dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. Oh,
Sorry,
That's
my love.
definitely a dead fish.
sorry guys.
One of the other ones was vomit, and I was like, "This is bad." I can already taste it. Yeah, that's bad.
Is that dead fish?
Didn't we literally smell your breath after you'd eaten
Yeah.
it last time? We could smell dead fish, aren't you?
I'm
Because
just,
I ended up
I'm just gonna
getting,
get ready to slide out of the way as this projectile vomit
I
comes.
got dead fish and dog food, and I remember you guys saying my breath stunk.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, the dog food was buzzing as well, like. So yeah. That's beautiful, mine was. It tastes like bubble gum.
Mate, that's 2 you got.
Two good
now.
ones.
You
I don't
should-
care
you
much
should
for
get the next one
coconut,
wrong too.
For another good sweet, I feel like I'm not going to go 3 in a row.
Yeah, I've got 3.
Whoa.
You know?
He spoke and I could smell it. It smells like fish. It smells Fausty like.
Faustu.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
I'm gonna go
it's-
get a drink.
Yeah, it's constant. Do you want to do yours next?
Yeah.
Oh, give us some of the drunk night out ones.
Oh my god, you're gross. Why would you even do that?
That smells awful. Oh, I wasn't gonna go for night out.
That was
ones.
for
Oh, okay.
I can't remember night out ones.
That's not bad.
yeah,
to get.
exactly. At least I can remember all my stories.
Oh, I could substitute. Oh wait, that means you know one of them's the truth then.
Just say the ones you had.
No, because if I'm
Just
like,
say the ones you
I
had.
could substitute one of those in,
Just
You
go
could
with
then
double
you know
bluff it,
that
you know?
one was a.
Could double bluff it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
To be
not
fair,
really
you
gonna-
guys knew that Paney would do a cum competition with me,
True.
and Simon knew that Josh had slapped my penis like a trampoline.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure I would have heard that second part if that was true, but that's out of the years, that's never come up.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit? You would, if Josh had kissed my penis, he would have told that story 100 times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone would have known.
I once broke a window pane on a door with my ass.
Okay.
I once bought a whole tray of Jaeger bombs, drank them, then passed out on the streets of Cardiff.
Nice.
And I once tried to fuck a fan,
What do you mean a fan?
Yeah, I was going to say,
like a fan, like a cooling down fan.
Oh, okay.
well, Kai said going, what are you, one of your streaming fans?
Oh no! I mean,
Yeah,
like, one
no,
of the-
that's what I was
one of
going
the
to say.
cooling
One
down
of you
fans.
guys out there.
I fucked a fan.
Hey!
Sorry, Abs.
Oh, same. High five!
Sam, let's just go into this room a second. High five.
So
Yeah.
What? Wait there. Okay, fan wise, like one
Like
behind
one
Kai.
of those, yeah.
that one.
So you took the you took the safety thing off and thought, you know what, I'm gonna stick my dick in a blade.
And what was the result?
I didn't do it.
What was the
luckily.
reason?
I was like 12. I didn't really know what was going on. And I kind of just like, I was like, I should give this a go. And the vibrations on the middle where it like spins around, I was like, that'd feel good. It did feel good on my dick. The vibration definitely felt good. But so it wasn't the actual blades, it was more the middle bit.
Okay.
Like just to, like, you know, when something's like spinning around and you're like, I'm going to put something on there and just see how it feels. It was one of those.
Is the middle
Guys-
bit not spinning?
The middle bit is spinning.
Kai's
Like,
like,
the
be right
outside
back.
spins, but it makes the middle bit like gyrate. That's why they've got the bit on the outside to hold it all together.
Okay, I was gonna say, did your foreskin not like spin?
I pulled my foreskin back.
I'd assume he was like fucking strong on.
Yeah, you put the head on the bit and it spins round and it feels good on the tip.
True, you had an erection. Right.
Trying to
What,
fucking.
you think I'm trying to slap a floppy onto a
Wait,
fan? Yeah?
do you go in flaccid every time you try to fuck something? Like
Won't go in otherwise.
fucking thumbing in a floppy.
Oh, mate, that is the most big-headed thing I've said in a while. I take that back.
So
I'm
tried
always
to fuck a
erect.
fan, passed out after a tray of Jaeger bombs.
What was the context for the Jaeger bomb night out? Like, what? When was
So-
it?
Did you buy them for other people?
No, I bought them for myself. I went to a club after work and there was somebody walking around with a big tray. I think it had like 10, 11 drinks on it or something. And they were like, they'd already been out for a good couple of hours. And they were like, you got to catch up. So I was like, what can I do? Oh, I'm good with Jaeger. Smashed, bought one, and basically hammered back all these drinks one after the other.
Was this during your time at Tesco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a I remember that we went to another club and I was like as we had left this place, I was so like the fresh air hit me and I was gone.
Were
I remember
you-
people having to hold me up being like you need
Did
need
you
to act
manage
sober.
to make your way home, or did someone have to come and pick you up?
Someone had to come pick me up.
Was
Where'd
it
you
your
pass
mum?
out?
Okay.
I passed out outside Queen Street station and on the road, like the streets there on the pavement.
Can we go there now and inspect the crime scene?
Let's get our magnifying glasses
It
out.
would take
We
us,
got
I don't know,
this.
15 minutes to get there, but sure.
So where on Queen Street did you pass out?
Outside the
Do you remember-
station.
This one's
No,
true,
do
Clive.
you-
Clive,
do
we
you
don't have to.
remember-
We don't have to answer
do you know
any more
the cinema?
questions.
Or do you know the cinema that's by there?
Yeah, opposite the
You
station.
know the like pavement by the cinema? So like there's the cinema that's in there by Queen Street. And then there's like the pavement
Opposite the station. So you come out of the
Oh, that,
station,
like,
the doors, and you
small
literally
cinema,
straight
small
across the
cinema,
road.
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. It was on the pavements there.
Okay.
And then what was the last one?
I broke
Broke
a
a.
pane of a door with my
So
ass.
kind of like one of these.
Yeah, but not with the bits in it.
The glass you broke.
But like you stood on something, put your ass on it, and then the window just come out. Was it? Or was it like
no, it was sturdy. I shoved my ass against it.
So no, but I mean, was like the pane of glass like these doors? Was it like full length, or did you have to, did you like stand on something and like stick your? So like if it was one of these, did you have to stand something?
So the door had two panes.
Alright.
There was one on the top, and then there was a bit of
panes.
wood in
T-pane.
the middle. Then there was one on the bottom, and I just leant down and pressed my ass against it really hard.
For
And
what
then it
reason?
cracked and broke.
Like why?
To mooney the people inside.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the third one is the lie.
Okay.
the
Dick fan.
Dick. I think
Because
Dick fans are like I hope that's-
Breaking a pane of glass to moony people, I'd say, is something you do.
Yeah.
But then, yeah,
think I know
he
the
would
set
do
one,
it. But
so-
then, has he done it? Did he do it and the glass didn't?
Yeah.
Okay.
no,
All right. So
that's-
with the one where you passed out, how did you break away from people?
Don't know.
So they were trying to
just left.
carry you, and then they decided.
Oh no! We went into a club, and I think as we were in there, I just left.
How the fuck do you get into a club when people are trying to carry you? Like,
I-
usually the
like,
bouncers are like, fucking no.
I somehow acted sober enough. We got in.
That makes me
And-
doubt it. Like the
and
bouncers definitely would
We
not
were
let you in.
inside, and I don't remember a huge amount about it, but I remember just disappearing.
You did used to disappear on nights out.
Yeah, I like to explore.
What do you think, Dale?
That's the truth to me.
So which one do you think's the lie? The dick fan?
The dick fan is a
I'm
lie.
thinking the dick fan.
Yeah, all in on our thing. It's Dick fan.
Yeah.
What's the lie?
That one.
Oh,
I wouldn't try to put my dick on that.
No, I know the
Yeah.
Tesco
Yeah,
drinking story.
that's-
Your mum had to come pick you up. You
yeah,
told me that
that's-
before.
I remember that.
I didn't know the Mooney one, but
I literally have a scar on my ass.
Really?
can you show us?
I could.
Like just
Oh, I feel a bit weird getting my ass out here, but alright. It's literally like right by here. See that scar?
oh
there?
yeah.
Big old fucking
Oh my
scar,
god.
man. See it?
Oh my god, he's got a scar on his ass.
Yeah.
Nice. So
God damn.
We'll go back to this still.
I smashed the window pane open and the glass went into my ass.
Oh.
And I remember screaming all my way home.
This
They-
is the worst
there was-
Mooney ever.
I thought there was glass in there. There might still be glass in it, but they didn't find anything.
Sam, would some say it was a blood moon?
That's the thing with like films where they're like, like they punch out windows and stuff to open doors. Don't punch out windows.
Nah.
Like
Honestly.
you will like shred your arm and
The mad
potentially
thing
bleed
is,
out.
though, is that happened. I think I did that when I was like 8 or 9.
Although I think most windows are like 10
Like
foot
7,
these
8,
days.
9, something like that.
Yeah.
And like the funny thing was, I was mooneying through that with another friend
Yeah.
to mooney somebody inside, and it broke.
how much force?
Her ass was fine, mine wasn't.
Her ass.
Yeah, my mate who was doing it as well. I was influential when I was younger. Yeah, scar on my butt. That's been there for about, oh god, I was about to say 15 years, but I'm 29. It's about 20 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so nobody
Nobody failed.
failed. So everyone take a good one.
Almost at you.
You sure you want a good one though?
I'll go. I'll fucking.
Oh fuck. Should we do it anyway? We all.
If you all get it right, you all have to take one.
Yeah.
Hi, Glenn.
So,
Hi, Glenn.
Oh god, you look awful. What's up? Oh, nothing's up. Do you wanna? So instead of the drinker one, I was gonna say
I got
another
licorice.
story about how when I was in school, like primary school, I mooned
Do I go?
the
Do I
dinner
risk?
ladies.
Do I risk? Do I risk the
Oh.
spoiled milk.
spoiled
or
milk?
coconut?
Because it's
What did you get?
Licorice.
Licorice. Okay, so it could have been skunk spray or licorice.
Oh fuck me! I should have read that before I put it in my mouth. Fucking hell.
You go.
going full circle back to the S Block days.
Simon's next.
I've got either spoiled milk or coconut. I'll give it a risk.
It's definitely spoiled milk.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy.
Wait,
Spoiled milk. Oh shit! That's the egg one you had, right?
yeah,
Oh,
you
is
gotta
that
pick a
bad,
different one.
Simon?
You gotta pick a different one. We'll find a bad one for you.
You pick one.
Oh.
What did, you had marshmallow, right?
No,
Oh.
that was either spoiled milk, rotten egg, or
Oh.
I don't advise that one.
Oh, the annoying thing is. Oh, hold on. Let's find a black one.
but he's just had black.
Yeah.
But it's a good chance that it's skunk spray now.
I do not want to taste skunk spray.
Hold on. There are.
it's gonna taste like S
There are
block.
two. Oh, God, there are 2 black ones there, and you could choose which one of those 2 you have.
Spoiler.
One's bad, one's good.
They're both
possibly.
bad. They're both bad.
I like licorice.
I hope this is bad. Oh, it's gonna be good now. It's a good one.
It doesn't taste like licorice. I'm starting to think that I like skunk spray.
Do you want to risk it and go for the other black one?
That has
No,
to be
that's
licorice.
absolutely skunk spray.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah, I've just got an aftertaste, but it's really nice until the aftertaste.
That milk was bad.
So I've had 2 bad ones. Simon's had 1 bad one. Dale's had 3 or 3 ones, I guess.
You heard it here first. Dale likes the
What if
taste
I
of
just-
skunk
What
spray.
if I just picked all the bad ones? And I'm like, yes, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for mine, right?
I'm glad I changed the story because
Um,
the other one was slightly more.
So,
That's true.
Do you want to know with the drinking one as well?
Mm-hmm.
The best bit about it, well, I say best bit, worst bit, was that my mum got me home, showered me, and then was like, apparently, when I was being showered, I was like hiding my dick and crying, being like, "Don't look at me, Winky! Don't look at me, Winky!" Oh, I was fucked. Anyway, sorry.
Don't look at me. So, I once got into a fight with a homeless person on a night out. I once threw a dead fish up onto a caravan so the seagulls would attack.
Number one's true.
Which one, the first or second?
The homeless one.
I once threw a dead fish up onto a caravan so seagulls would go for it at the caravan park. And number 3, why have I forgot what I was even going to say?
Because it's not
Oh my
true.
God. No.
Oh,
I
there
once,
you go, that was a quick line.
sorry, I once lost my trousers and underwear going down an inflatable slide.
Wait. Yeah. Would you going down like normal feet first or stomach first? You got to be going down head first. I mean,
Nah,
I went
yeah.
down backwards on my back.
head first though.
Yeah, head first.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Down
could
his
just
back.
his dick just wedgie and then rips off, gets caught at the top.
Number two's a
Bungee.
lie.
Number 2, you think?
I think something has been altered about number 1.
Yeah, but you can't alter a previous, like, is that...
You can tell a half truth. Josh slapped my dick instead of kissing her.
Yeah, but jumped a homeless man, fought a homeless man. They both in the
Kissed
same
a homeless man, all one and the same.
You can ask questions about.
Because if
any
that's
of
the
them.
case,
Okay,
I
what-
know number one's false.
what
'cause
about
I know
number
he
one?
jumped him.
You want
Tell
full
me about
context
number
of number 1?
Yeah.
So I was drinking in a local pub with a
drinking?
good friend of mine. Yeah. And the guy that worked at the bar was, sorting us out with drinks all night. And then he was like, "Oh, fuck it, should we go into town after this?" So we went into Cardiff drinking. And as you do right the way through the night, it was 3, 4 in the morning. We grabbed a McDonald's. And there was only 2 of us in McDonald's. The guy who worked at the bar came in. So it wasn't even like a close friend.
Yeah.
It was just someone that we knew from the pub who then was like, "Let's go out for a night out." He came in, his back was all wet, and he was like, "Oh, the guy out there just hit me, smashed me to the floor." I was like, "Oh, fuck this." And I charged outside, and he was like, "Oh, it's that guy over there." And it was just a homeless guy. So I walked up and I grabbed him by the scruff. I was like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And got into a bit of a scuffle with him.
Altercation?
Physical altercation with this homeless man.
Do you ever find out why the homeless man knocked your mate over?
No.
Oh.
Did you ask?
Does Dale
I mean,
ever ask when he's drunk?
No.
I said, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
That was a split second moment to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was an accident. I didn't mean to
he
push
could have said something. But yeah. And this homeless dude was drunk. I was drunk as well. It could have happened.
Yeah.
I don't know the full story. I should have got the full story first. But yeah,
Who swung first?
no comment.
I plead the fifth.
Why did you throw fish on top of somebody else's caravan?
So
A dead fish of all
a
things,
dead
not a
fish.
fish.
So-
A dead fish.
I was down.
Be a bit rough.
It's a live fish.
It's like
I
you're
was-
coming with me.
I was in Cornwall on family holiday. My nan lived in Cornwall, so we used to go down there once a year and stay in the caravan park down Loo. If anyone's been there, lovely little seaside town. And we used to go fishing with my uncle, like sea fishing, and we could take some of the fish home. And then me and my brother were walking through, and I had the fish, and I was like, "I'll watch this now." I launched the fish up onto the top of a caravan where there was loads of seagulls kind of hovering around, and they all just whoosh, swoop down and start ripping this fish apart on top of a family's caravan. There was no real reason behind it. It was just kids being dicks, But yeah,
What was number 3 again?
Losing trousers
Losing my
and
pants
underwear.
going down an inflatable slide.
Where was that?
That was
And how
in,
old were you?
Age. I was in Tenby. I think I might have been 14 or something at the time.
I really hope that's true. That's such.
I was away with my dad, and Stephen came with me. And we went to a fair, and they had an inflatable slide there that we went on. And yeah, I was like, we were just going down in like weird ways, and I was like, I'll go down backwards, and
Were they like stuck completely off, or were they like wrapped around your
down to
ankles?
the ankle. The boxes rolled down to like the knees, and the things down to the ankles. Yeah, so I got to the bottom with like fucking cock out black and people laughing.
I like that story, and I hope it's true. So I'm going with dead fish.
So you go down the slide. Was it like an inflatable one? Like it wasn't like a pool one, was it?
No, not a pool one. You know, like you get them big inflatable ones where you like run up the bit with like the grabby bits as you're going up, and then just redo like.
Definitely dead fish.
You think dead fish?
Yeah. I just think the inflatable slide just sounds hilarious. So I'm really hoping that's true. And I'm picturing you
You
just.
think number 3's fake?
Mm.
You had a lot of regret about the homeless, but you didn't have any regret about the fish.
What other forms did you do down the slide?
God, I don't remember. No.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah? What did Steven say after you dick was that?
I don't know.
Wait, look at the
He
size
just
of that.
laughed, like.
Yeah, I think it's number 3.
You think number 3's a lie?
I'll go with the fish.
You think the fish is a lie? You think the fish is a lie?
Yeah.
The fish is technically a lie. It was my brother that threw the fish on.
I knew
Sam.
he didn't have any fucking regret about the fish.
Sam.
Yeah, my brother, as we were walking
Here's
through,
your
just took
prize.
the fish out of the
There's
bag. I went,
twice now where I got the right answer, then changed my mind. And I was like, that sounds like a Dale thing to do.
yeah.
So Dale was trying to give less info about number 3. You know, like, don't remember.
I actually don't remember the other things, but like I remember we were just like we went on that slide multiple times.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember what we were doing. I just remember we were doing stupid shit, like, you know.
I don't like this game. I've lost every round, and the one time it came around to me, everyone got mine right.
I won every round, and
That's bad. It's bad already.
What is it?
I don't know, booger, I think.
Bug.
It's actually disgusting.
Nice.
Well, that is bad. Getting out the splash zone.
So I think that's us done for this episode. Thank you, Simon, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sam, for filling in last minute. I really appreciate that.
for poopy pants.
And obviously, thank you, Kai, for being here as always. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Please subscribe, and we will see you next time on the Tavern.
Love you.
Peace.
More happy. Oh, that was disgusting.